Okay. Hello, Picarto chat. Hello, YouTube, I guess. We're going to do a quick little Christmas stream right here for you lonely losers.
You took me away from my family.
Ah, that's okay. They didn't need you anyways. Everyone, welcome Woolie. Chat, say hello to Woolie. I think Pat is still in the chat lurking about, where he's not
Hey,
wanted.
hey. No, that was a mistake. It's nothing but trash.
Nothing but trash. Okay, what we're going to do here, I'll hide that for a second. We'll try to get this through as quickly as possible. That way you can get back to your family, you whiny baby.
Actually, there is no family. The house is empty.
I don't have a family either. No one has a family. There's only work. There's only work for us.
Only work, which I want to get to after this is done too, actually.
I guess so. Y'all let you get back to your life of work. Okay, I'll explain this real fast.
Work will set us free.
Oh, no, it won't. It'll only imprison us, but the prison is what makes us free. All right, here's what we're going to do. As you can see I'll do a temporary layer. Right here. This is the design that me and Woolie like. In regards to Woolie. And, Liam likes it too, doesn't he? I'm trying to remember who it was.
Matt.
Matt is it? Yeah. Okay, but you and Matt...
Now that I'm staring about it, I'm starting to change my mind. No, it's the
Shut
fucking
up.
sickest shit on the world.
Already doing the video. You know what? Fuck this. And you just get up and leave. Just leave Audacity running.
You know what? Fuck this design, actually. It's kind of shit.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
Later.
You ever notice the Nike symbol? I thought that was weird.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, anyways. What we're going to be doing is, we all like this design. And it's pretty interesting, but it does have some flaws. And one of the core flaws of it is that it's just not as recognizable. Like in fighting games, what you want to do is have a good color palette and a good silhouette. Which means that you want to have your character look recognizable. Like if I drew, how does this go? Like something like this or something. That's terrible, but I was trying to draw Fry from Futurama based on memory, but I can't do that. But here, hold on.
Just
Marge
draw
Simpson.
Mickey Mouse.
There we go, Marge
Just
Simpson.
draw Mickey Mouse to get your point across.
Fuck that.
All right, there you go.
Here, I'll do this. Here's a recognizable silhouette right here.
A turd, yes.
But anyways, fighting game characters need to have a good silhouette. Like, you need to be able to recognize them just based on whether, like, if it's black and white and nothing else.
At a glance,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And they also need to have a good color theory. Like, there's those things where the guy that does, like, the blocks, and it's just nothing but, like, orange, green, and you recognize it immediately. Like, oh, this Blanca. Like, you don't even have to...
Right.
You don't even have to look at it.
Yeah,
Oh,
palettes,
Pat wants
absolutely.
in too, by the way. This is not going to go well, but I'll do it anyways, because I don't
Dude,
give a shit.
if you want to turn this video...
I'll turn it into a shit show, man. Hell yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay, here you go, man. But we're going to be basically trying to take her current design and slap it into this one. Because the current design, while it's not, like, astonishingly amazing or anything like it's still recognizable. Like, it's really, really recognizable. It's easy to look at it and go, that's fucking Juri right there. So we're going to be trying to update the one that they passed up and make that actually modernized or whatever you want to call it.
Is this a bifusion that was requested by anyone in particular?
No, it's just something I was thinking about.
Hello?
Hello, Pat. Now that I've drug you in accidentally, might as well put you to work. Hello, Pat. Okay, Pat's just being Pat.
If he can't hear us, then that's perfect.
That would be... He's just here, just reacting, just muttering. That would be
great.
fantastic. But to that end...
That's my aesthetic.
I have already laid out her little fighting game kind of pose that she does, and we're going to be working over it. And you're not going to be here for the whole thing, obviously. But what I wanted to do, while you two, in theory, are here, is basically just go over the stuff that we actually like about the old design and the things that we like about the new design, and just keeping that in mind for the time-lapse part of the video that I'll be doing later, right?
Okay, that's fair.
So pretty simple. I'll keep that hidden for the time being. So let's just get into it. First off, old design. Like, old design looks fucking radical.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're good now, man.
Unfortunately,
okay,
yes.
I can finally hear you properly.
Don't worry about it.
You
being
guys are
censored.
fucking assholes, both of you.
We are. No one denies
You
this.
are fucking piece of shit.
Here we
Whoops,
go.
I accidentally invited you. You ass.
All
Well, I
right.
wouldn't think that you would have actually cared either way.
What a fucking asshole.
Like it actually.
Tidings and joy to you, Pat. Tidings and joy.
Oh yeah, this is.
Hey,
it's Christmas,
Merry
by the way.
Christmas! You're super unwanted. Get out.
Oh, I can see the. I can see the snow outside.
Actually, there's no snow outside.
Oh,
it's
it's just
bullshit.
Pat's tears. My mistake.
Oh, they've crystallized.
Slowly falling.
On a more
Very
serious
close to
note,
ground
you,
level.
you see the design you have up right now?
Yeah.
Just do that.
That's the problem. They're like, this is great. Like, this is fucking great, right? All of us agree on this.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But it's weak on silhouette, and it's a little bit weak on color theory. And that's it.
And if we were to go even further than that, it's a little bit weaker on character as well. Because that's a silent, dangerous motherfucker, whereas
This is one
the
of the
Juri
things that
we
we
know...
like about it, though. This is going to be part of the challenge. Because as we
Yeah.
all know, I fucking love characterization. And one of the great things about modern Juri, even though, you know, she's got her own thing. But she, like, I don't know anything about this shit. But I look at her and like, that's a psychotic bitch. But she probably loves it. And I love that about her. Like, I can instantly recognize that from her.
The only way I could see that coming together is if she had a wall up the whole time, and then when you activate a tendon engine or something like that, the tongue comes out.
Yeah,
and the
like
freak
she goes
mode
into
goes on.
I don't know how the hell the systems work, but she goes in like some sort of super or something, and
Exactly.
like a drive mode or something like that.
And that's when she's getting all like sultry and so on.
But like we were doing, let's identify what we like about it first. So old design. Let's just go down the list. I like the hair, even though this kind of contributor to the silhouette problem. I like the hair.
That's my biggest like about the design.
Right.
It's so simple.
So you got your straight up reference to Jolene Cujo. That is the strongest part of Juri's design, which, you know, I mean, I like Jolene as well. So, but at the same time, it's not Juri's unique thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
But it was a good starting point.
Yeah, it's like her strongest silhouette like shape is a reference, which is like,
It is a,
you know,
but beyond it being a reference, it's still a good-looking hairstyle, and it
is.
It sells like being like we talk about this all the time in regards to strong female characters and having strong design for the characters, but having this sort of I don't even know what the hell they call this specific kind of design, but she's got a.
bun spikes, you know,
like
whatever
it's
you want
not
to call
long, it's not short, it's something in between, and it looks like a fighter's hairstyle. Like
it's something that can be used in a fight. That's absolutely a good point. Yes, you would see, you know, someone tying their hair up in a way to get it out of the way, and that's what this does. You know,
right. So I love this hairstyle. Anything?
And then
anything to say about that, Pat?
it was. We're talking over.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say that it's also it's the horns, whereas the belt is the tail on this sort of devil silhouette that she creates.
Yeah, she's also the modern one still has that element where it's coming out from the back. On some of them designed. Does she have that in the final? Do I have that? Yes.
In the
There
final,
we go. Looks like she just has one belt, one little sash coming out from the belt.
it's not quite. It's not the huge tail that it shows up to be in that piece of concept art, but it still creates the image of a tail.
Right. So whenever we're doing the fusion stuff, this is something to keep in mind. There are certain elements of this that you can obviously tell. Like this one was almost vinyl. It kind of looks like, but they're like, no, it's got the weaknesses that we just talked about. But you can still see it. Like it's right there. You can still see it. But sorry, Pat, do you have any thoughts on this?
The only thought I really have is that, Woolie, you were saying that Juri's like one of her core visual elements is purely a reference
Yeah.
to Jolene, and that's not necessarily that big of a problem. I mean, Guile and Dalzim and Rose are all just blatant, 100% thefts,
Yes.
and they're completely built on that, and they're perfect.
Well, they are exactly. They have the exact situation going on with them as well. And I don't have. It's not that it's a problem as much as it is. It's always, you know, better when you've done it yourself or it's a brand new original thing that's genius. But yeah, I'm super down with the reference, especially if the reference is to characters I love.
Like in particular, like I don't think any of them are quite as strong, but like Guile is his hair.
Benny Maru even more so.
Yeah.
Guile is not Polnareff. Guile is Stroheim.
Yeah, no. But I was thinking mainly just Street Fighter, but I wasn't thinking outside of that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's. I almost said Polnareff. It's Benimaru and Guile definitely, and Rose is just top to bottom like fucking complete theft.
Yeah, well, she doesn't have the little twirl on her hair is kind of more whatchamacallit, blah. Lisa doesn't really have that twirl and the crazy hair shape going back, but the rest of it is pretty dead on.
I'm glad you guys know about that because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Which works.
Okay. They will get it.
Plague, if you're curious, you can just look up names that we can tell you, and you'll see that a bunch of Street Fighter characters are just stolen from various parts of JoJo.
That's where a lot of character designs come from. Like
from theft.
I'm not gonna, but art in general is always theft. Like if you're not stealing something, then you're not doing it right.
What is that bullshit? Like good artists steal or some shit?
Yeah, there's some quote. I was thinking about actually like 2 days ago because I was griping to myself in the car as I was going to pick up food.
You were griping?
No. Yeah, I do that sometimes on occasion. But I can't remember who the hell. A cursory Google search will pick it up.
Yeah, Samex, you're probably right.
But he, whoever it was, basically just said,
good artists copy, great artists steal.
Yeah, there you go. But great artists steal. That is definitely true. And that sounds bad, but if you're an artist, it makes perfect sense what that actually means.
Pablo Picasso.
So hair silhouettes, you can obviously see what's going on. It's not quite a bowl like I drew it. This actually kind of looks like that cat picture with the one wearing the kiwi. It's kind of how this hair looks to me.
Yeah.
Cat.
It's that, and also like Chie or
yeah, she's got it too.
Or Rock Lee.
By the way, I'm just not as big on Chie from watching Spy stuff that he was doing with his playthrough. Like she seems really abrasive. Maybe this is me.
Well, yeah, because she's garbage made flesh.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting real about it, it's kind of just like, oh, she's the tomboy that likes kung fu, and like that's cool.
Well, they're all absurd stereotypes. Like that's every character's role in the story anyway.
Especially Japanese writing, they're all kind of like that.
Exactly.
Okay. But anyways, modern Juri, you can see instantly. Like I'm not drawing any of the details, just a quick shitty sketch. Obviously, silhouette on her hair is a lot different. Like, she's got the bangs coming down. It's almost the same thing, except it just has those little bitty horns sticking out. And that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, now the hair coming down, the bangs coming down over the face are another part that makes that character speak to you and I, Plague. Mm-hmm. Like, the fact that it kind of covers the eyes a bit and draws some personality out. So I think that's something worth retaining.
It's a nice, like, easy, normal human being way to make a character look villainous and not like Rita Repulsa.
One thing that you can do, and a lot of, especially modern animes I've noticed, have done this, is you can sort of make the natural way that hair grows kind of look like horns. But either way, however you do it, you can retain that sort of horn element. Like I'm.
Are you talking about the tufts?
Yeah. So you can sort of retain those horns while at the same time keeping the original hairstyle. So you can
but that just
do it like that.
That just looks like a cat person.
Yeah, that's one of the problems with this.
Yeah, or an Evangelion pilot.
Yeah.
Now the other thing too is that like the bangs coming down on the prototype Juri are unkempt, if you would,
yes.
And the ones on the final are a very clean Hime cut, and I feel like you can bring the Hime cut kind of down to cover the eyes, but then you get into a Shermie kind of design, which is another King of Fighters character. I don't know if you're familiar, but she kind of has that, you can't see my face sort of feeling, but it's not in like a silent badass kind of way. It's more in a I'm a shy girl kind of way.
Woolie, you would know this better than me, but is like Shermie's face from the nose up ever visible?
Never.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I think that it's probably best off to like keep it unkempt because
she is really
you don't want to create an image of this being a shy, quiet, unaggressive girl.
You could also, I've noticed, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm trying to remember this correctly, but doesn't Juri, whenever she uses some of her moves, doesn't one of her eyes glow, but only one?
Yeah, it's her left eye, I think.
Okay. So one thing that you could actually do is sort of have that unkempt thing, but on one side of her face, exposing
yeah.
like one eye.
Oh, that's so anime.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's so anime.
It really is.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the tandem engine is on her left eye, so you can absolutely do that and make it so that you get the shine.
But
coming
by the way,
from
I'll
the-
say this: I've said it numerous times in the videos. Pat, you may have never heard me say this, but a lot of the times, whenever you're,
I don't watch your bullshit.
of course you don't. Why would you? You're a human being.
No, I have the real plague on tap.
Oh yeah, yeah. You get the good stuff straight from the tap. Just suck it right out of there. But what the hell was I even saying now? Whenever you're designing something, sometimes even if you have an idea, it doesn't matter if you even like the idea. It doesn't matter if you think it's a good idea. You just do it just to get it down on paper, get it out of your head. And sometimes whenever you're doing it, it'll actually give you some idea for something else.
Makes sense.
So you can kind of get that one eye thing down, one horn, maybe then.
Yeah, forgive my total amateurish shit because I don't know no art drawings.
If I ever go up to, I actually was telling Matt this, that if I ever went up to Canada for any reason, which I never will, then one of the things I would want to do, I would want to do like a video where we all just get on the floor with crayons and just draw stupid shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Like even if I had to switch just to my left hand, if I try to draw with my left hand, it is just awful. Like I'm just trying to draw circles right now and I can't do it. It's amazing.
Perfect.
But that would be something fun to do.
Better circle that I can draw with my right hand.
See, that's why I have to switch off. Okay, anyways.
Ditching the cat ear on one side, probably a good idea, something that's worth exploring.
It's probably something I would ditch pretty early. Just to talk about the horns, like they obviously have the horns for a reason, right? Like they're trying to evoke the sort of devil girl thing, I'm guessing. Unless there's some sort of reference that I don't know. Like this other one that you can see right above the one that we're talking about has that, but they're not really horns.
They're more like cow ears.
Yeah, they're really strange.
With the bow at the top, especially.
I wonder what their line of thought was in regards to that. Because it looks like that one was actually the one that they did directly after the one that we're referencing. Because it's so close to the clothing of the other one.
Yeah, like that. I feel like that one looks like a Pokemon from a distance. Like it's got a very odd thing going on with the head.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of got this Gardevoir or whatever it's called thing going on.
But the issue though, and again, it's like part of this whole thing with the horns is that if you want them to read as horns and not as like cat ears, they need to have a very particular shape to them, and that tail can also be read as a cat tail type of thing. But the animal that represents Juri is a spider, and like it's all over her design. It's in the webbing is on her shirt and stuff. Her logo and her name, the kanji actually translates from the word spider. So like to have this mixed message where you sort of have her being two animals at once is also not a great idea. That I think.
So if we're going with that route, are the horns something that you really want to keep in the first place? Because spiders don't have horns. Where do they even come from? But what else can you do with a head other than that? Like spiders' eyes? Not going to have more than...
Is it possible that they're like really botched attempts at fangs?
I don't know. Like
I think the two things I think the bangs coming down the sides could be like spider fangs.
Like they're not pedipalps or something. That would be especially confusing since that's like a male feature.
Oh, is that interesting? Okay.
Well, the pedipalps is what they used to mate with in most species. They'll actually why am I getting into this? They will actually like use a web to place their sperm onto the web, and then they'll dip their pedipalps in it, and that's what they use to act as penises to deposit the sperm.
Yeah, we got a creepy animal fact out of Plague.
What, we're like 15 minutes in, and bam, there we go.
It's important to note this in the video.
You've also got the little rings around her.
What is
her
that?
Horns
what
as
is
well.
that?
Like
even for actual hair, how does that work?
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't unless that's a solid connected shape inside of her hair that's holding it in. It doesn't make sense.
I don't know. They would have to be coming out. Like actually, if it was double ringed, like you were sort of saying, so that you're actually drawing it in through the primary one and then pulling it back through the secondary one or something.
Yeah.
Then that would work. It would be super complicated.
It's not even tight enough for her hair.
No.
Like, why would it be at the tip? You know?
I don't know. It's just a fucking thing, man. It's just.
And it's so weird because I said it earlier, but the only character I've ever seen with that thing on their hair is like Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers.
Her actress was actually kind of smoking hot back in the day.
I didn't know that.
She
Couldn't
was.
tell.
Look it up.
Couldn't tell through all the anime.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So
was
looking
Zed.
at like what you're experimenting with here, I guess one way of representing that sort of that wrap on her hair is you know Serial Experiments Lane?
No. Half of the
Okay,
things that you guys talk about, like, what the fuck are they going on about now? I don't know.
Hey,
Okay,
Blake,
thi-
you should watch some anime.
So
Should I?
this might actually be important though to like the face you're kind of designing.
Yeah.
If you can do a quick Google on it, she's got a
Tell me
little
what
like
it is again.
Serial Experiments Lane. And she's got something like the twist, the circles, but it's across on her hair, hanging down, and the visual is way more clear than my explanation is going to
Oh,
be.
geez, Cranky's in here. When did that happen?
All I'm getting is some little bitty girl with.
Yeah, you see the thing on her hair?
Oh, you mean that one little strand coming down? On the
Yeah,
one
and
side?
then there's like a tie on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, so that I'm saying that's how you might
okay, yeah, I see what you're
keep the same idea of those little weird bangles on the original Juri with this version that you're drawing here that has the hair coming down.
That's a pull to. Just make an X. You could have just said
Yeah.
just make an X.
It's the only place my brain went, you know?
Woolie.
Hey,
Woolie,
Blake,
come
should I blow this stream up on Twitter or what?
I don't care, man. This is usually not how I do things, anyways. Like if people show up, they show up. I was just thinking, well, they're here. Might as well just say something. You can go ahead if you want to. I don't care.
Will do.
Let's see. But as far as the hair goes, as far as the spider thing goes, like we can drop the horns entirely and go for something else that is spider related. Like something that relates maybe to multiple eyes. Like not literal eyes, but since she already has the eye theme going on, that maybe you could have like some sort of band going across. Maybe you could have I don't know, something on the top. The way that her hair moves is the main thing. You don't want it to be oversaturated with elements, because then you lose the sort of natural boxer look that she has going on. And that's something
8 spider leg dreadlocks sticking out.
Yeah.
Exactly, no.
Maybe you could have her hair like kind of sort of turn in like fangs, I guess, but you're kind of getting a little bit of her new design in with that. That wouldn't be too bad because it wouldn't be too transparent anyways. But then you still have the same framework of the original silhouette, and that's what we're trying to fix anyways.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as the spider's eyes go, like it's a bunch of dots in a distinct pattern, and I don't really see how that could work into like hair.
Yeah, the only thing that you could really do is, I can't remember the name of it, but part of their carapace, their like the head, it forms sort of this kind of cap shape where the eyes are located, and that's where the fangs come down from. You could sort of have this little furl out near the edges on top, so it's actually sort of like, you're not going to see this, but for a second, it'd be sort of like this, where it kind of creates this sort of cap look to it, but not on the front where the bangs are. But that doesn't really look good to me either, because you're losing too much of that thing that we value. And her hair, like we said, the hair is what we value most about this design, so losing it would be bad, but at the same time, her silhouette does need to change. It's bad that we started with a thing that's probably the most difficult thing. Like, this is it, as far as the thing that we need to talk the most about anyways, I guess. Because especially anytime that you're designing a character, you need to make sure that the face is what sticks, especially the eyes, because that's going to be what you're going to be drawn into whenever you're looking at a design. Unless, of course, they just have like a tit hanging out. It's like, ooh. Then there's that.
The framing of her face around with her hair, the framing that her hair creates around her face in the prototype design should absolutely be carried over. And then what we do to create the outline of the hair can be played with, is what I think will keep the characterization.
How do you keep that though, or how do you do that?
Well, take a look at the prototype Juri, right? And you see the exact shape that her face, the exact framing of her face that's created by the art there, where like this is where the eyes cut off, that's where the sides cut off, and so on. and then if anything, we just kind of would have to work with that as the basis. I feel like that might be the right approach to it, because it's if we're talking about like incorporating spiders and stuff, it might get like too confusing, if we're trying to put something that's like that's a spider reference, but it looks bad.
Yeah. One of the I'm sure that a lot of people are probably thinking like face paint or something internal, but again, we're aiming for silhouette changes, so you can't just rely on things like that either.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that design.
Like you look at the only thing we know about her Street Fighter V design, and they went like nuclear on it. They gave her a hat and a ponytail.
Let me. Street Fighter.
Where's that coming from?
Is that not what you see in that picture?
What, in the silhouette picture?
Yeah, in the silhouette.
That you can't read the silhouette in any way. Like there's no idea. That could be a weird angle. I don't think you should put any faith in people's MS Paint traces over those silhouettes.
Is that from a trailer?
It's from
no,
it's from a PowerPoint presentation.
Okay. I'm not
There's
picking
nothing
up
to
anything.
trust. Ignore it. There's nothing out to show.
Okay.
Forget that silhouette for now. There's nothing to
Just
it.
ignore Pat. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Shut him up. Okay.
I mean, that's a hat. Like, fuck me, but whatever.
It could be. We don't know. They're changing things up a lot, but
It's a silhouette. There could be anything.
Woolie, I'll bet you $50 that she's wearing a hat.
You're not getting Liam's money
hold
out
on,
of
hold
me,
on.
asshole.
Answer me this.
I'm not gonna get Liam's money out of him either, apparently.
He was not having that shit, was he? Oh, poor
Fucking
Liam.
coward.
Oh, okay. Anyways,
Answer you what, sir?
is that the actual silhouette of Juri? Just regardless
Yes.
of what it is. Okay.
It is
Yes.
confirmed.
Okay.
It is confirmed. Yes.
Is it different from her current design?
It's too early to tell. We have no idea.
Like,
I don't. There's no part of her body that in her old design would fit that silhouette.
let's just start with the head, because this is what we're talking about. Does she still have the horns in that silhouette?
You can't tell.
It must be.
can't-
You
it's-
must be talking about some sort of shitty cap or something. If you can.
yeah,
Like a beret or some shit.
There's honestly not enough information to go on. Her head might not even be in the shot.
Okay. All right. But I was trying to go from that. It's like, well, if they changed it even a little, that means that they are not committed to it either. And this is what I was getting to. So
No, that's
Yeah,
long hair underneath a beret. I'm super right.
But
Yeah.
like that could be her chest. It's like it's really not
Her
worth talking
chest?
about.
Yeah,
What
if you're
is
blind.
this?
Dude, it's a black shape. You want me to, here, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, no. We
I'll
should
literally
probably
just
send
send
the
it to you.
photo to Plague that we're arguing about. Yeah.
No, that's stupid.
I'm not talking about the one that has the drawn-in shit.
No, the official thing that they labeled.
Yeah, the name has the name on it.
Now I can see how awful this happens to be.
It's a fucking.
What is that?
from-
That's like an ass zoomed in by 1,000,000%.
There's no point trying to interpret it, right?
Of
Okay.
course. Of course.
That could
Look,
be her
it's-
leg going up on the side. Like, we don't know.
Look at that.
Okay, 89 people in the stream. You're witnesses to me saying that's a hat with long hair.
Actually, hold on. I can kind of read this. This looks like a back. Like, I'm just guessing, so don't do that. But it does sort of look like it's coming out like that, and you have a part right here. So
The curvature of the back.
So this is a curvature of a back or something. It's kind of weird because it kind of.
But it's like, if that shape at the top is like anything, it could just be her hair spikes again going out of the frame. Like, there's just,
Yeah,
you know what I
don't
mean?
give a
Like,
shit about the fucking hat, but
there's no data here, is what I'm getting at.
it does look like it has changed some. But anyway, it doesn't fucking matter for what we're doing. Otherwise, just kind of curious about it.
If her head is tilted to on a 45-degree angle, suddenly her spikes are going up at,
look,
that.
it's actually her butt, and these are her legs down here. Oh, I figured it out. What's this up here? This is another hat that's sitting on her ass. Of course. It's one of those Pac-Man ghosts. That's her new design.
Woolie, I'm gonna hold on to this so intensely, and when
Yeah,
her
because that's
design
what you
gets
do. You
revealed,
hold on to stupid predictions about things just so that you can try to be right when no one cares in the beginning.
Oh, I've screamed at more than one video when Pat does that. It's just randomly
Jesus
guessing. It's
Christ.
like, no, stop it, stop.
The point
Like you're
is there
missing
any
the
data?
actual explanation because you're making up one.
Exactly. Like that fucking clip from.
Let's all make fun of Pat.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is there any data to be used for this current bifusion? No, there isn't.
Not really, no. Oh, she looks especially weird in this one. Because her horns are like come out of the back of her head.
Yeah, okay, now that's the one used in game. That's her versus matchup portrait.
Oh, that is so weird.
So that's
It's
as
like
final as final gets.
a ponytail split in half, and then done up with like product or whatever
What is...
to stay up.
Oh, okay, anyway, that does give me an
Like
idea.
Jolene.
Where's my... Yeah, okay. You can
Like
retain that.
you could take the horns off her head, and her head would look normal. Like they look bolted on.
So there's a Japanese character hairstyle that is exactly like Juri's there, except the ponytail in the back is actually just like a top knot going straight up.
Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking. I don't know what
yes.
specific hairstyle you're attributing it to.
There's a character in a manga called Genshiken that has it, and I'm not telling you to go look this all up. I'm just telling you it's exactly what Juri has, except
who's the character? Just tell me who it is, sweetie.
Oh god, okay, let me try to
Like,
spell this properly.
Like, why are you getting upset that we can reference like pieces of art?
Because I
Shouldn't
just
you know
describe
stuff?
it. Like it's like this. I might get it wrong, but
Yeah, but
So
you can
much
do that because you have a tablet in front of you.
And this is so much faster. You go, hey Vegeta. I know what
yeah,
his
it's
hair
so
looks
fast that I don't know who you're talking. Who the? I'm trying to look in these crowd photos. Who is it?
You should,
I'm gonna
you
try to
should
get a
face,
photo for you. It's
like,
okay.
massive
Okay, is it
portions
some
of
girl
the
that has like a thing that's sticking straight up in the air, and she's got
Yeah.
like two on the side, and she looks like a mudkip?
Kinda, yes.
Okay, yeah, the one that looks like an idiot. Well, they all kind of look stupid. All right, I know what you're talking about. But anyways, yes, they have the hairstyle where it does the thing.
It does the thing, except it's split down the middle into two chunks. You know.
But you can have something that's sort of similar in that it's just a back bun that has a split. Instead of going straight up, it acts sort of like the hair, except it's just tied back, implying that she has long hair. And that's it. Like, you can go that route. Won't look exactly like
Okay, so it's actually tied into a ponytail and then
like,
double tied after that.
like little hair buns.
Like, I won't do this real fast, but let's draw a side profile real fast. Come down, let's say that her hair fangs out like that again. That. Here's a normal hairstyle. Sweeps off to the side. I really love how it sweeps off to the side like that. That is an actual, like, Western hairstyle, too. You can get it styled that specific way. So you have her normal silhouette, normal profile appearance in regards to her hair, and it would then come back into like a bun, like it's tied off right there, except instead of it like coming up the top or going down like this, two of these little spire things come out the sides, and it would be sort of like that. Or you could just make it like ribbons. Like instead of it being physical hair, it could also be like two ribbons that are coming out from that little
Oh,
thing.
like that. Yeah, I see what you mean.
It could also just be like two... Like, I know this is the Japanese thing. It could be like those pins, those enormous pins that they put in their hair. It could be something sort of like that, except maybe styled up a little bit more. Maybe
What if you tried something drastic and like took the horns from Final Jury and just both put them on the same side at different sizes?
Wouldn't that make her look like a Sonic character?
Actually, what I was thinking of, it makes it sort of look like that little girl hairstyle that a lot of them wear, where it's one ponytail off to a side.
Off to the side, yeah. Which is what
may make her look too unthreatening, though. If it makes her look,
it's
too
that
young.
it's that like top knot and side knot thing that the Japanese judo champion girl Ryoko something, she actually wears her hair like that. Could be.
Ryoko
I don't know.
Champion something. I'm gonna get a bunch of Tenchi Muyo pictures.
Plague is having a fucking mental breakdown.
Oh, you're
At
right.
over
the,
this.
at the references.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Hey, sorry, Plague. We think visually, like artists.
Yeah, like artists. I have a lot to learn from you, Pan.
Yeah, I know, right? I never knew I was such a better visual artist than Plague. I just knew what stuff looked like.
Okay, that makes no sense to me what you're talking about exactly, but I'll make some wild guesses. Get out here, Nets.
Like, yeah, it looks like a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog character.
Plague. Here, let me just stick another JPEG in the chat.
Yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault.
Yeah, it's his
I'm
fault.
sorry. Like I'm just like maybe a reference to something else might help the situation. I don't know.
This is the best.
En lieu of a tablet, you know.
But how do you, with it just being one thing? I don't. Hold on, I'll jam this in either way. Okay, let's say that it halves off like that, and comes out here. That's way too big. But it just does that, and then add in it makes it look too young. Like that's the whole point of having characters with that hairstyle.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Like that's the
like-
problem with it.
Yeah. No.
I feel like
it's
it needs
it's.
to be symmetrical,
Mm,
or it needs to be unkempt, anyways. Like it would be fine if it's just one. Like imagine, well, maybe not just one because that'd have the same problem. But I'm sure if I spent enough time Googling and thinking, I would be able to figure this out.
Well, how would you get like the unkempt looking thing with also like a highly
Constrained,
structured
yeah.
design element?
It would.
okay. Okay. What if we think about it from a different point of view? What if we think about it like taking the kempt hair of the final and like fucking it up and disheveling it?
You mean take the one that she has now and just making it messy? So
And
that's-
a lot more like no gel, no hair product, no ties, you know?
Like, what would it look like if the two horns just fell down?
What if she got rocked in a fight? What how would that look? Also, her barber kind of fucked up her Hime line.
I like that.
Yeah.
Always to me, that always looks better on women. Whenever you have messy, unkempt hair, I don't know why they get it so evenly cut. Like it looks bad to me.
Because bedhead looks good.
It does.
Sex hair.
Yes,
Sex hair,
don't call
yeah.
it sex hair. Then they won't want to do it.
No, but that's
No, what?
it is. That's what it is.
You got to trick them in
Oh, my hair looks like such shit because of the sex. No, it looks good.
because of the sex.
Yes.
You know, you are like shower hair or whatever. Like it's all in the same mentality space.
What? Shower hair is like completely different.
But it's unorganized is the goal. The goal.
No way, man. Shower hair is like super organized.
Anyway,
This fucking hair, man,
Blame Plague. He literally invited me here.
by accident. That's how you get
and then he
here.
accepted
Fuck
the
you.
call.
Fuck you. Mom and Dad wanted me. Oh.
It's like inviting the guy to the party. Ah, shit. Shit, I sent it out to everyone on my list.
Who invited Steve? That guy's a cunt.
Steve the cunt. Okay, man. You're welcome.
That's a good pull, Woolie. That's a good pull. I appreciate it.
I would have invited Matt and Liam too, but Matt would have never checked his messages, and Liam would probably be asleep. or
Liam is like deep into the country than you are right now.
something. Probably. So.
Yeah, like they're actually like sitting around a fire with their family
Playing
playing
banjos,
guitars and shit. Yeah.
Playing French.
Did you say
fiddles.
banjos?
Yeah. The
Is that
Canadian,
your
the Canadian
first point of
banjo.
reference?
I spent all fucking
Did your
day.
brain just go musical instrument for Christmas? Banjos, of course. That's what people play.
I like banjos.
You fucking hick.
It's the
Pat-
only
Pat
instrument that
knows.
exists down there, man.
Pat knows my love for "Sweet City Woman" by the Stampeders.
I actually don't.
I'm describing a Christmas scene, and like your brain goes straight to rocking chairs, shotguns, and banjos.
Yes, of course. Why not? Okay. Anyway, we spent way too much time on the hair, I guess, but the general gist of it, oh lordy, is
Okay,
that
I
it's
like that. I like what you've done there. I think
Eli,
that's
the upper right one is like much better than I thought we could even get out of that design.
the one you just deleted.
Yeah, the one you just deleted. Yeah, that one.
Rather, there, that layer. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that actually looks quite good.
but it's hard to
the-
retain the personality of it being unkempt while at the same time it having not unkempt parts of it.
Well,
yeah,
hide her
it's-
eyes.
like because
They're both exposed right now.
Excuse me, I drew 2 lines.
because you can see it in the final where they just completely gave up on it being unkempt. Like
Yeah,
it's all
that's too
super
bad.
super straight. It's all super style.
Like that's the best part of it. The fact that she's like she looks kind of like she cares, but at the same time, that's what gives it what personality it actually has.
Honestly, the weirdest part about this whole fusion for this is that Juri's old design always looked like a fusion of Juri's final and Faith from Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, sure.
Faith is kind
But
of a
it's
generic
almost-
design, though.
It's almost more Faith than
Yeah.
it is Jury. But no, I think that top right one is successful. If you get the bangs in the right place, you're covering up the left eye at the moment, I guess. But yeah, just covering up one of the eyes, I think will accomplish what we're looking for.
Yeah, have the cut going like that diagonal that happens to favor one side more than the other.
And the horns are still there, but they're just like closer to the head and
Yeah, in the
you know.
back. What
Kind of
what I
floopy.
actually would like it to do is make it look like it is coming from a bun in the back. That is kind of like it's more heavy to where it actually looks like a bun rather than the horns. But it's still raising up enough, like it curls up so that you still get the appearance of those horns. And maybe like it's tied off with one larger ring or something like that. I don't, it's one of those things I'll have to play with, but
Yeah.
the general
Right
idea
now we're
that-
getting
of just kind of shrinking it down, but still trying to retain the profile is something that I'll kind of fuck around with.
yeah. It's kind of like a wildebeest horn at the moment.
Yeah. Shit. But again, this is probably the most important aspect of this entire bifusion thing is just getting the head right, getting that hair especially right, because that's what's kind of selling everything else.
Yeah. That top right direction, though, is to me, that's the winner for sure. Just to reiterate.
Yeah. Of course, this is not even really. Whenever I do this, like, it's not like this is option 1. I'm just fucking sketching lines. Like, it's usually what I do, and people in chat will complain that I'll just stare at a blank canvas, like I'm just looking at it, not even like drawing anything. It's like I'm just imagining the lines, and they're like, draw something. Like, no, I'm not ready. Stop.
Yeah, Eli, that seems really entertaining for a viewer.
Fuck you. That's what I do. It's my process.
So, as far as the body goes, now, I if you're willing to move on,
Yeah.
okay. I think another part that of the
Oh wow.
the prototype that's super fun is you're seeing her martial arts gi, right? You're seeing her martial arts attire, and you're reading that much more as like a dangerous fighter than you are with the final one. But the final one was chosen because it brings that whole spider thing heavily into the character. So I think like you can give her the gi and give her like that same sort of item of clothing, and you can imply a spider via like something like a tattoo or some other kind of piece of clothing that would go.
You want it to be sort of
Underneath
like you know how she has this little plate on the front of her. You want it to be sort of like it's just a neck-tied gi that comes down across her front, but her back is exposed, and she's got like an Akuma spider thing on the back.
Oh God. Okay. Huh. That could be interesting, but the spider would be hidden for most of the time.
Well, it's hidden most of the time, anyways, right?
Not in her idle stance. No,
Wait, is it?
her chest is facing you, so you
What do you
can
mean
see
her
the spider
chest?
legs.
Oh, you mean the little wraparound things?
Yeah, those are spider legs.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the thing that she has on her back right now. As far as those straps go, you can do the same thing with the forward sort of necktie thing, because they need something to hold on to anyways, right?
They do. Yeah, that's true.
So you could actually work that in a different way, where they're kind of coming up under the arms, like they go up through the armpit and kind of latch behind her neck brace, and that's where those straps would come from, if you're trying to unite all the elements together.
Okay, so you're keeping the front part of that article of clothing the same, like open, but the arm straps and the stuff going around the side of her body is what looks more like a spider.
Yes. Hold on.
Okay.
Do this real fast. Kind of imagining Korra anytime that I draw a girl with a back like this.
Yeah, can't really follow you there, unfortunately, but
Yeah, just one of those things. Like, if you're allowed to think of random anime shit whenever you're imagining, oh, it's his hair, except it's tied with a cross shape.
yeah, I know. And then you mentioned Korra, and I'm like, who?
The last
Well, I can't
Airbender,
believe
Korra?
you haven't watched Korra, Woolie.
It's just the numbers. It's just the
Wait,
numbers.
you haven't still?
No, because I want to watch Avatar first, and that's a whole lot of
For
episodes
fuck's
too.
So
sake.
fucking do it.
Why do you keep like Dark Souls? Just go ahead and play it. Just play the fucking thing.
When I can, okay, well that's another thing because that is. I'm gonna like do it with other shit, but it's like stuff that's longer. I have to fit it into a slot.
Okay, like this. But you get the idea where I'm heading in regards.
I
to
see where you're going. Yeah, kind of like a Yakuza tattoo.
Yeah, it could be something like that, and then it would. She would have like
Yeah,
a
'cause-
sash on the front, I guess. It'd be sort of like that or something like that. But that's just one idea. This is the first thing that I thought of. So it could be like that. As far as the gi goes, where did you want to put the tattoo, anyways? Like, if you're keeping this open, like, what do you value about her old design?
What I was saying is to possibly salvage both ideas, and I don't know if it's too much information, but imagine the prototype design, right, with that gi as is, and then on her chest, like above her cleavage, you have a kind of spider tattoo or something like that, spider shape.
Ball scar, or
Choker.
she's got the Fist of the North Star wounds, in the shape of a spider.
If you want to do that, sure. Again, or you can go with your Hot Topic choker, but whatever
There's
it is.
that's a very small space to contain it to, unfortunately.
You could also go with you can put it on her shoulder because that's exposed.
Yeah, that's kind of just shrinking it down. It's like, let's put it somewhere. It's kind of that problem.
Unless it became part of the gi design itself.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Right, and so
Because you could have like the upper parts be one of the legs, then it comes down.
Exactly, that's where I was going, and the body is now dropped to where her midriff is.
And the head. Oh, hold on. I'll do it like this. Legs come down like this. Pat, do you have any idea? Do you like cleavage, Pat? Do you like cleavage?
What?
No, I don't like cleavage at all.
You mean with the boobs?
Yeah, like you're. This is why we don't invite you anywhere, Pat. And we do like
These
this.
fighters. It's a fighter's costume with a wardrobe malfunction waiting to happen.
There are pretty much every fighter costume is like that, though. To be fair.
Not Chun-Li, but that's like, and a couple of the King of Fighters characters.
I forgot that you're. I think it was Matt or Woolie asked you, who's the second least cool character? And you're like Cammy.
In 5.
Like Cammy?
yes.
Really? I love like Cammy's like my favorite one. I'm trying to think of anyone that I actually like more than her, and I don't think I can.
I would rather dump even Zangief to get a new character.
It's although with the problem with
he's my
Cammy's more of a
character.
gameplay problem though.
I think my problem with Cammy is that I like her alpha design a million times better than her Street Fighter 2 design.
Oh, I think everyone agrees there. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Or like to keep the coat, or like it's like I don't know. I really
the coat was only in the alt costume for Street Fighter 4. The alpha design still had tights, but it was with the hat. Basically, Cammy's Street Fighter Alpha variation, she had a little like military like navy hat cap.
Yeah,
on.
I remember that
it's,
sort of.
it's like undersized. It's like a tiny little hat.
And her costume, instead of being just like a one-piece leotard, it had sleeves going all the way down into gloves. So the bottom half was pretty much the same.
Isn't it amazing
top
how
half-
little you can change something that instantly becomes good or bad?
Oh my god, right? Turning something sleeved into a sleeveless thing or vice versa does such a huge like number on the effect that the character's impression gives or the costume gives. Like I find that like covering some skin or exposing more skin just is a huge change.
One of the problems with design, just drawing, is that just one line is all you need, and it can just destroy everything. Makes traditional drawing a pain in the ass.
Imagine
Yeah.
how much cooler I would be if I had more hair.
I actually
If we-
I had to do my ritualistic shaving of the head tonight. It's like, well,
Oh.
starting to look like a rapist again. Off it goes.
Now you just look like a different rapist.
Yeah, now I look like a child rapist, which is kind of a step up.
You pull out the
Is
bowling
it?
ball grease.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Well, no, because that needs the creepy mustache and perhaps some glasses.
That's true.
The real tragedy is when you're going to the barber to get your head polished.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But until you're rocking the Jared Fogle, I think you're in okay hands.
but you see where I was.
Oh, what does he look like now? I didn't see him.
Well, he's got the creep glasses and the natural shrunken features of a
So
creep.
it's basically just that John LaJoie bit.
A little bit, yeah.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
But you see what I was doing with the
yes.
key, right?
Yes, you're putting the spider on the gi
Yeah,
itself,
like
which is
the legs are the sash parts hanging down, and
that's a cool idea, yeah.
the sash actually running across, and I could actually do it cross shaped, like it's. I think it's supposed to be. Isn't the final design? No, it's not really cross shaped in that one, unusually. But this one up here, the other one that we were talking about before, it does cross on that side, which would be kind of interesting. Could do it that way too. Whoops. So that's an option, but do you like the idea of the gi running this way? Like it's an
I
option.
certainly do. I think that's a smart way to incorporate the spider motif.
Without actually making it, yeah.
I think that's a good choice, Eli.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Do you like her creepy rapist face?
Yeah, a little bit. That'd be a much better character, like if she just had that face like that.
It would. She would at least be recognizable. Like, oh
Or
yeah,
you know,
yeah, the
like,
rapist.
I'm just waiting for the day that you have a character that looks just like this version of Juri and has Q face or like a Skullomania mask.
Right.
And that's the only design element on their entire body that's like that. Like if Dural had a design instead of nothing.
Or just Skullomania's head on a schoolgirl's body.
Yeah, do it.
I
Do
agree.
it. That'd be the shit.
The abdomen of the spider, if you would, should probably read larger, but I'm not sure how because that's an opening.
You mean the ass, the spider ass, is what you're talking about?
The abdomen, yeah, it's the back part.
I don't know. This is one of those minor
junk in the
things I would
trunk.
have to kind of fuck with, I guess, a little bit.
Sure, just give her a giant wrestling belt.
I mean, it could
to
it could just
create
be another part of the sash where it hangs down in the middle and it's like that. It's kind of just a differentiation. Do you want her to have sort of the loincloth look, or do you want it to just be completely open and exposing the separation of the gi?
No. I think the belt is not the belt. Yeah, the belt hanging down is the right move for the legs, and then whatever goes underneath the gi. Which hold on a minute, this might actually work out.
Another thing would be to have in the pants a separation, like a line that goes around the sort of the crotch area,
Well, guess what?
like the Zubaz thing that I did.
The original design has chaps on the white chaps going around a pinkish purple under thing, right? That's the original. So what you can actually do is put that chap kind of design back onto this one and create your abdomen, if you would.
Oh, you mean okay? I see what you're saying. Yeah, this.
I don't know if
looking for.
yeah, I'm using a lot of words and I
You
can't
kind
show
of have
you.
to
but
lose that sort of codpiece panty thing that she has going on, though.
Can you zoom in a bit more, just for us,
Which
so that
one?
we can
On
on the one you're working on?
oh, just on. Well, that's fine, I guess. It's not really anything. It's just a little rough little thing, anyways. Just lower down the opacity some.
It's for the viewers, Plague.
Ah, fuck
Yeah.
them. Fuck them.
So the actual gi itself is separating, so that is gone off to the left and the right. The belt drops down and creates the two legs, and then the abdomen part is actually the part of her pants that's underneath the chaps.
Yes. Let's see if I can actually pull this off real fast.
That's actually pretty cool.
So she would have. I'm going to draw this in layers. So she has this gi, which I'm drawing in this orange real fast. She has that. And over that, she has the spider legs, which will be part of the seams of the fabric that you're seeing. The head, I was guessing, is going to be sort of a little tuft of cloth that's coming up, like it's her undershirt. It's kind of how I was originally imagining it, although it could be part of the main gi itself. I don't care either way, as long as it works. Two legs coming down. It's going to be two of the legs. Other one is going to be the sash. And I guess this one, I guess I'll just keep it the way it was, where it's coming up under her arms. We'll do it that way. And then, finally, the pants, you can show a little bit of belt, I guess, under the gi, where that is. And that's going to be the actual pants.
There you go. Yeah.
Although, hold on. Where is this? Like that. And then I'll use another color. Green. This will be the actual pants layer, just to show that.
God, I could just see her going to like a seamstress and just being like, "I love spiders.
But
I
also
want
love
my
punching
costume to
things."
be a giant spider."
No more legs, though. More legs.
Spiders only have 8 legs, miss. Shut up. More legs. Of course, that'll just be skin. But you get the idea. It would work sort of like that.
Yeah, that basically salvages the idea that the first one was going for in a more subtle way. This makes it way like more obvious and over the top, but you know, it fits with both designs.
It doesn't. Let's actually hold on. One of the things that I actually wanted to see if I could carry over is, you know, those sort of like on the design up here, it has the 2 little tails coming down, because that does help her silhouette some.
Oh, so coming off of the body somehow?
Yeah, so you could actually, like, if you're running the sash behind her, imagine what's on her back. Because we haven't done that yet. Like, she has the back. Like, we'll do this up here real fast. I'll draw a little bit bigger.
Yeah, her back is just like a star of connected meeting points for all these lines.
Yeah. So it'd be sort of like the sash is coming up behind her. And if you did the same exact thing that you do on the front, like the fabric comes behind, it goes to this choke collar bit, and then it kind of furls out like that into another set of legs. The head is in the center, and it just continues and has the exact same sort of pattern on the back that it does the front. So you would actually end up with sort of a reverse little tunic right there, and then the final legs would kind of come off into a tail. And it would look sort of like this. If this makes any sense to you guys visually. So you would end up... Let's draw over.
Well, there'd be a line underneath that belt separation that shows the bottom of that fabric.
This one.
Oh, wait, hold on. That's what you're creating. Oh.
Yeah.
So wait.
Just one of those.
So the gi is it's cut. The cut of the gi is into 3, basically.
She's no. She's she has the gi. That's, one whole thing. The sash is just happens to be the same color. So that's actually separate. Then of course pants, and then over that she has the chaps, which are going to be cloth, I assume.
Right. So that low rectangle is
the sash from
back
the
of the gi?
gi. Like the gi actually has like a lower. Let me just draw the gi on its own real fast, actually.
Because it seems like that's hanging much lower than the actual front view.
Well, you can be 2 different things, I guess. Like, I could just draw this coming up lower. I could actually draw it separating the cut like this. I'm drawing over this stupid blue part, and it's blending in. It's making it hard to see.
Yeah, so that's what I was asking if like you is yeah, so it's cut the cut is into 3 then. Yeah, could be. Hiding the butt.
It shows some of that. This comes across to a back end like this. So it would be sort of like that. And this, it might help with a side view, actually. Like, here's her body, and it goes, holy shit.
Like the back of her
this
costume is
badass.
doing a Chun-Li thing.
If you say so, buddy. If you say so.
If you're doing it that way, where it creates this dropped rectangle over the butt,
Yes. Yes.
because normally, right, a gi would just continue all the way around the contour that you see from the front, and then have two little divots for like, a slight triangle cut in on the left and the right. It wouldn't necessarily be a different length, but if you're trying to create a second spider on the back, then that could be one way of doing it.
Bottom part would just be the ass that you're getting from her chaps, I guess. Although you could just get rid of it entirely and just leave
Problem
that
is, though,
exposed and just have the chaps come up and just show her rear end, I guess.
Well, here's an issue though. Like if you do that, and if you make the back drop that low,
Yeah.
then the front silhouette now has a weird square between her crotch.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Whenever she keeps her legs spread.
You're gonna see a weird flat line between her crotch.
Yeah. But
And
this
'cause
is one of the things that you could do. You could just leave it open like I did just now and just have it be exactly the same as the back. That was just a random gesture. It's just one option. So we can get rid of that entirely. It doesn't matter. It's going to be keeping the same profile either way. But point being is that the whole thing has the same
Meets
exact
up.
thing as it does on the front.
I fucking love spiders.
Although, again, you could go the Akuma route and have the back, again, be open. And do what we were talking about earlier, too. It just depends on how you want to roll with it.
Yeah, I mean the Akuma route, like you said, is more of like, I feel like that's more for mystical,
Yeah.
like key-based characters, and all of Juri's power comes from technology.
I just mention it because I love the idea of exposed female fighter back. For some
Okay.
reason.
Yeah, no, it works really well on like Yakuza fighter girl designs. There's this one from a Samurai Showdown game called Shiki, and she's got a full tattoo on her back, and it's in her dress cut. So it works, but it's also a gi, you know?
What do you think about the... Notice how some of the designs, especially that top one, it's really strange. It kind of leaves some of the hips showing. Maybe not necessarily showing skin there, but what if the chap opened up there? Would that be too much?
Which one you're
It's not
talking
even
about?
necessary. The one...
Oh, on the Selena Gomez design?
Sure, yeah. The one that... I keep looking at her dumb belt, and I keep imagining it being like a sharp... Or like a Texas Western ammo strap. It's so weird.
I think that whatever, like J-Lo, whatever you want to call it, pop star kind of I'm not a fan of that one.
I mentioned it because it existed beforehand. I think either way, it would... There's too many lines going on at the moment, and I think most of it's going to be focused on her upper torso anyways, but she does have the single line coming down her pants on, I think, even the final design, doesn't she? No, she doesn't actually. She only has the little crotch pieces, okay. So we don't need to retain that either way.
You don't mean the lines coming down the side, do you?
Yeah. Because you notice on the intermediate one, she does have that. But on the final, she doesn't, so we don't need to worry about it either way. And I kind of like it a little bit better for it to not be oversaturated with the lines on the bottom anyways. It makes her look more like she's a fighter.
Bad news, Plague. I'm pretty sure she have things on the final design.
She does have it on the final?
Pretty sure she does.
Yeah, they're showing it. It doesn't look like she does, but this is artwork.
Here. Let me dump something here for you.
It doesn't have it on that one.
Here's the 3D model.
Yeah, she does. That's weird. It's not picking up on the artwork. But either way, we don't have to carry it over either way. Do you like it or not like it, is what I was getting at.
I think it should be used based on whether or not it disrupts the spider.
Yeah, because a lot of it's going to be... it does kind of interfere with those two lines from the sash coming down. But it's something that will show up more in color theory, because if it does... What you could do is just reduce it so that it's not purple on white. You could make it so that it's sort of a very light purple that almost blends in with it if you want to retain it. It's something I'll have to worry about later on whenever we get to that point.
Well, that's exactly it. Like right now, you know, she's a character with 3 colors, and if you do want to put that line on, you can make it a lot less noticeable by not making it predominantly black, but making it predominantly pink purple. You know.
Okay.
So consider it.
So we kind of got a very general idea for the gi. That's fine. Pants are fine. Barefoot either way. So don't need to worry about that. Gloves.
Okay, so prototype Juri's glove design is straight up just
sort of
fighter's gloves.
Yeah.
Fingerless fighter gloves, you know, like MMA, if you would.
You can retain that. With the
final design is much more of they're just fingerless street gloves. Like they're like almost like leather looking, but they're not black. And then she's got these Hot Topic spike bangles going around.
What I could do is keep the gloves and have the thing that you're seeing in the final design actually be like wraps. They're going all the way up the arm. Sort of bandage wraps.
Yeah.
Just have them sort of change color halfway through.
Now you're talking my language.
And just be like that.
Fucking love wraps. Absolutely.
I love wraps too much. Too much.
It's it's such a shortcut, cheap ass way of going fighter.
I love it though. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Died, by the
like the funnest part of going to a boxing class each week almost is like being in the ring, and the second best is wrapping your hands up, man.
And then dipping them in gummy bears. We watched that I guess a couple months ago on stream. All right.
Nice.
So I think that's pretty much everything we need to worry about, because I immediately was sold on that idea. The only thing I'll really have to worry about too much is just color mixing so that it doesn't look too jarring. It'll probably blend in pretty evenly, so I don't need to worry about it too much.
The glove size as well. It's you know it's a bit minor, but there is a difference in the glove type she's wearing in the prototype and the final.
It'll probably look a little bit better in the art style that the game uses, because their hands and legs their feet are so big anyways, right?
Yeah, but I think you can retain the UFC gloves that she wears in the prototype with a large thick padding on.
Yeah, even the current
fist.
one that they have looks like that.
Well,
the artwork, anyways, sort of.
Yeah, if you go to the 3D model, you can see it's like they're much more just
predominant.
They're form fitting is what I'm getting at, and the prototype has padding on it that a fighter would have. Like they're more like reused gloves. Yeah. So you wanna buff them up a little bit.
You can bitch at me later if I fuck it up, but I have a pretty good idea how it's gonna work.
Will do.
All right, so we got everything. We got arms, we got gi, we got pants. Don't need to worry about feet. The only thing that we really seem to be...
She's not completely barefoot, actually, though. Eh? She's got the the little thing on top of it.
More wrappings, more wrappings. That's how you solve every problem. Just wrap that shit up.
Done and done.
All right, so we have all of that. Only thing really I'm overly worried about would be the hairstyle, which is going to be a really big problem if it doesn't work.
At what point should I call the ambulance for Pat?
He's fine. He's doing fine. No one needs to worry about him.
Plague, I'll give you 2 guesses as to what I've been doing like the past 25 minutes.
You've either been playing something stupid or you've been masturbating.
No. I've been watching Deep Space Nine.
Yay! So masturbating.
So he was playing something stupid.
He's doing both those things.
This hit every fucking week that Matt and I try and talk about fucking Star Trek. These two sandbag harder than I've ever seen them sandbag shit.
I'll do it on my channel if it comes to that.
Actually, I like the other version of that joke where Pat masturbating is him playing with something stupid because something stupid is his dick.
Yes.
Well, all of our dicks are stupid, Woolie. They're not smart.
Which one was it, Pat? Which one was it?
I was watching...
Choose your destiny.
No, I quickly realized I'm totally out of my depth here, so I'm going to leave you two guys to do your art stuff.
No. Which episode of Deep Space Nine was it?
It's the season 4, episode 1 and 2.
What is that? Which one's that?
It's the one where the Klingons are being a bunch of dicks.
Oh yeah, and they're like they're just fucking kidding around, Duradium shadows, that old line, and then like the whole thing just erupts with turrets coming out from every corner. Like, fuck you, fucking Klingons. And they blow up half their fleet, weakening the Alpha Quadrant as a result. Genius. I need to talk to you sometime about how much I hate Odo. And my entire chat knows. Like, we've watched Deep Space Nine. I taught them how to hate Odo. He's a piece of shit.
He's supposed to be the new emotionless, like, robot character, and he's terrible.
He sold Alpha Quadrant so that he could have sex with an old woman.
For like what? Like 20 episodes?
Yes. Like, this will save the Alpha Quadrant, and some of our friends' lives are on the line right now if you fuck this up. And Kira shows up like, what were you doing? And he's like,
it's like, no, I have to kind of bang my sort of mom?
Yeah, it's fucking incest. It's so fucked
Good
up.
question. Any of you guys watch Earth Final Conflict?
No.
Oh, fuck you, Woolie.
But I just asked because that's what was on Space, and that in the original series, and that's what, like, I got to watch a whole lot of, like, unintentionally.
You made bad decisions.
Well, it was either, because look, not Deep Space Nine, Next Generation was on Channel 22 ABC at a weird time every day. And
it was like 8 o'clock on Thursdays or something?
It was super weird. And it was a time that I was usually, like, playing video games or doing homework.
Interfere with his time schedule, playing games.
No, but I did, like I said, I caught a ton of episodes of it as a wee dumb little, I don't know what the fuck's going on kid. And I have no memory of individual things because I saw them all out of order. So...
See, that's weird, because I saw those episodes pretty much in the same way, and I was a year younger than you, and I remembered almost all of them.
But come on, you only really retained it when you watched it again recently in canonical order, though.
No.
I've watched all the series.
I remembered the vast majority of episodes going and going, oh, this is that one. Oh, this is that one. This is the one where Troy gets mind raped into having a baby.
Well, that's like most of them.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 episodes like that. But
no excuse. Not like you can't find it online somehow.
I remembered like those stuck with me like as a child. Like I was like, oh man, Star Trek. You just didn't give a shit. Like that's the actual reason.
Okay, so someone recently linked me to a video of all 6 Star Wars movies overlapped at playing at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And someone needs to make that with Star Trek and then throw in Avatar and Korra, so I'll just watch them all at the same time.
No, Woolie, the whole point that people do the 6 Star Wars movies is to show that the pacing and the general plot lines of those movies are all identical. It's similar to the people that ran...
No, you're misunderstanding me. It's not like you can watch them...
He wants to be a lazy asshole.
They're not side by side. They're literally overlapped on top of each other.
Oh.
The opacity is lowered.
And the sounds are all playing together. It's a complete mess.
Never seen someone so lazy to enjoy good content. Like, it's not all perfect, but Jesus, Woolie, come on.
It's not late, dude. It's just time. It's literally time.
What are you doing right now?
Talking to you.
Is this a worthwhile investment of your time?
What a gigantic mistake that was.
But yet, here you are anyways.
Hell, I'm making a bigger mistake by being in a stream that no one wants me in. You fucking assholes. You fucking shits.
Talk about Smash Mouth.
Part of my chat actually refers to themselves as Red Squad. Because of that episode. You remember that fucking episode? Those stupid fucking children on that goddamn Defiant class ship.
Oh, I don't remember. All I remember is Red Squad, but I don't remember.
There's an episode in which Nog and Jake are going to something or other. It's an excuse. Their stupid runabout breaks down, gets attacked, and they are rescued by a bunch of children on a Defiant class ship, where all the adults just so happen to die. And from that point on, they run around, completing their mission.
Now I remember that stupid shit.
And
That was so fucking
they're
bad.
like, your plan to attack the largest Dominion ship ever made is insane, ill-advised, and stupid. And also, you are
It's like-
controlling all of your crew with drugs. And they're
It-
like,
it-
fuck you, Red Squad, because that's what their name is. And every
What
time
was
that
the
an actual problem comes up, and they present it as like, no, it's wrong for this reason. So they just start chanting, Red Squad, and that's their solution. Fuck
Eli,
them.
what is the name of that stupid like hipster super group over at Starfleet Academy and TNG that Wesley's part of that kills the students in the fucking training accident? Because it was something Squad. It was like Alpha Squad or something. Like,
They were talking about that on Best of the Worst recently.
yeah,
because
so
the dad was
they
on there.
so on Best of the Worst, they tell this really weird story about Marina Sirtis at that convention
Just gonna,
that
okay,
is
that's your lead.
super fucked up. Where Woolie, do you know like Counselor Troy? At least what that lady looks like.
I know
The
the
woman that
show.
played Gargoyle.
Okay.
I just don't remember
So-
the
Demona.
episode.
So
Yeah.
like she goes to this convention and Jonathan Frakes is telling some stupid behind the scenes story, right? And he passes off the mic to Marina Sirtis, and Marina Sirtis stands up and says, "I just want to thank you all." And she starts to get super emotional
Rescuing
because without Star Trek, I would have to keep making those dirty, filthy movies.
She showed her
that I
tits
had
a
to
lot of
make.
times.
And it's like on the verge of tears, and just keeps her, like I had to do so many of those filthy, vile, dirty movies.
And they're all like, "Oh, all right, Marina."
And everyone around them is just trying to like get away from her. And in Best of
Oh
the Worst,
no.
they talk about it because she's in Death Wish 3, and like she's in
Okay.
this super creepy graphic rape scene wherever her tits are flopping around all over the place.
At that point, someone in the convention hall was walking in with the horse, and then they had to stop and like turn it around and lead it back out.
No.
no.
Oh God! See, okay, now that's now, speaking of fucking Best of the Worst, that's
man.
what's up. I was
Yeah.
reminded today that
Yeah.
before any of these other things we're talking about, I've got to go watch all the Death Wish movies,
Oh my God! So
and I think I'm gonna go marathon them. So
Willie, when are
the
you going
rest
to do
can be-
that? You can come over to my house and we watch the Death Wish movies.
I
Cause
want to fucking watch Death Wish so bad.
you might want to wait because like my girlfriend wants to see all of them as well. 'Cause we
Okay.
watched the Best of the Worst, and we came away from that going like, we need to watch these fucking movies because they're so crazy. They're so nuts.
Everyone makes fun of it, but like when you see it in real life, like the guy grabs the purse and runs, and he just shoots
In the
him in the
back.
back.
No, it's the bit where he buys the car.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
And
They just
trick guys into stealing the car so that he could just shoot them dead in the street.
like he didn't even need the car. He just bought it, and it's just like he walks away just long enough.
I remember The Simpsons has like in the early seasons has a
Bronson, Missouri.
has a bunch of jokes at like Charles Bronson's expense, and I never quite got them.
Yeah,
Those movies are so weird.
no dice.
I loved it whenever his girlfriend was like, he just dated her just long enough to give him an excuse to go on another mass killing. Because he just leaves her for no real reason. Like, he's just, oh, I'm just going to go into this shop real fast. And he walks away from the car, and of course, immediately, thugs descend upon the car, roll her off down a hill. The car runs into another car, tears it in two, and explodes.
In the face first.
Well, I like when they're reading the bullet points on the back, and they're like, he goes to meet up with his best friend, and like, who probably gets killed, raped, or murdered, and then and finds him in a bloody pool, like it's like, oh, it's great, and the gun is so big and awkward for him to hold, and
He's so old.
the thing
fucking
about- like
God,
the thing that
his
sold me on
bones
it
are brittle
most
and creaking as he aims it.
the Best of the Worst guys are all talking about how like, well, they've run out of all family members and now all of his friends,
So they have to
right?
start making up new ones.
But it's already like we all know that there's 2 more movies after that one.
Who was it?
You think this
what
guy's
new
a
friends does
vigilante?
he make? What cousins crawl out of the woodworks that can be sacrificed for the cause?
Oh god, it's so good.
Much better than watching Odo. I bet Odo is just a fart factory. His fucking folds must like trap so much air inside of his body, and he probably stinks. He looks like he fucking stinks. So he just walks around flatulating all the time.
So you've done that thing that I do is that once you decided that you didn't like the character for a
Yes,
reason,
make
so
up your own
it's
how
not-
much you hate him.
you have just decided to go full on every aspect of that character.
Oh, I love hating him.
You know what? You know what the thing about Odo that upsets me the worst, and it's not him specifically. It's about the changeling thing. It's the first 2 or 3 seasons. They explain that the reason why Odo looks like shit is
He
because
doesn't
he's
know
bad
how.
at shapeshifting. And then
Stick
you
your
run
face in a
into
fucking mold, you idiot.
and then you run into the shapeshifters, and their preferred human form happens to just look
Yeah.
exactly like Odo.
And they can it can even be better. Like they can look like a human perfectly. They're just like, fuck it.
No, we like this shitty version that children can do.
Not to interrupt the point of this conversation with some Juri out of nowhere.
Fuck that. Okay, go.
But I do want to say that I think a really good and important part of her original design is the fact that the pant legs close off at the bottom.
Do they? I was trying to actually make sense of that. I couldn't figure out how the hell they actually do.
I'll show you a picture. They close off at the bottom, and they show you the shape of the wrappings on her foot.
But the reason why I was doing it sort of not tapering is just because that's what her original design looked like. But if you like that better, that works fine by me.
It helps a lot with showing her feet off.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it has a visible tie or anything. It just sort of has a waistband, or not a waistband, but
It just tightens up, exactly. You can see the imagine
Man.
it's elastic there.
Like looking at old screenshots of Street Fighter 4 and like that 3D model you posted earlier, Woolie, like
Yeah.
man, that game looks like fucking shit now. Like god damn.
Well, the magic was always in motion.
Yeah, but like it's, I've seen a lot more Street Fighter 5 this year than I have Street Fighter 4. Right?
But
It's really dramatic going back.
But I disagree, because as long as I look back at old 3D and I see more art style than I do just 3D, I think it's still fun.
I never liked SF4's art style in the first place. So
Fair enough.
That's where it kind of falls apart.
Because
George said nothing wrong.
Because I know that the way you kind of look at things is, as time moves forward and graphics improve, whatever's not on the cusp looks like shit.
No, that's not necessarily true.
That's pretty much how you work.
No, it's if
its selling point was graphics.
No, it's like I never liked Street Fighter 4's art ever. Like they improved the colors in that third or fourth build, or when they changed the palette and the way that it popped.
It was
like I like that a lot better than originally, but I was never a fan. Like I think that Ken's hair always looked like fucking trash, and I don't like Juri personally. Like her original, like that's what bothers me the most about her original design, is that her original design is awesome, and I think her existing design is shit.
Wow. Okay.
And like
the fans disagree super hard because she was a hit.
Yeah, sure, but if the original version came out, there'd be different fans.
I do feel though, I to some degree, I think any evil girl would have been a hit because Street Fighter was sorely lacking in that department.
Sure. But to your earlier point, like, no, dude, like, I can appreciate old shit. I just went through and, like, played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 for the first time, like, 20 years after they came out. And those games look great.
Yeah, you liked it so much, you never had the cheat or anything to get through it.
Oh, that fuck.
But you're not really rotating the camera and getting a nice, like, skybox shot in playing Baldur's Gate.
I've actually been replaying Dawn of War recently.
Well, no, but it's all sprite work, Woolie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was talking about 3D.
With 3D, I can appreciate old stuff. Like I think Silent Bomber looks really good now, and Parasite Eve I think looks really good. RE2 and 3, but not 1. 1 looks like trash.
Mm. That gi is getting tied really low there.
What do you mean? Oh, wait, low?
Well, no, not tied really low, but it's. Like, yeah, I guess that's what the shape would be if it was. Like,
I totally misunderstood what I was looking at. I thought Plague had drawn not a gi, but just like boob straps.
You thought that It was just like suspenders, tip of suspenders.
But yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
nipple suspenders.
it's actually supposed to be a shirt, but it's just open really, really wide, so it's kind of like just doing like huge cleavage.
Yeah. Well, in reality, if you actually had something like this, it would be almost completely closed most of the time, just because
It
of how
would.
people move.
Well, what I was gonna say, and not only that, but like geese are supposed to fold over each other.
Yeah.
So, technically, those legs should be a lot closer together at their origin point. Although
Yeah,
you lose
like,
the head if you do that.
That's one of the problems
Like
with the clothing
Takuma
design.
is a good example. You know Takuma Plague? No, you don't. Fuck you.
Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. That could do it. Also the cat ears, if you would, the horns. They're
That's all I forget.
they should be, I think, a bit lower down and more disheveled. Like
Yeah,
in
they're really prominently just big old Neko ears right now.
you want to go with the
think that's
really
mainly
crappy
because
ones
of-
you had from
This
the
mainly
other
because
layer.
of that curl that I'm giving them, because it's supposed to look like disheveled hair. That upward curl is what's causing that.
Like if you do a certain hairstyle too much with those little curves, you're just gonna end up making that shitty character from Bleach.
Which one's that?
The one with the wasp stinger, the one that's the apprentice of the cat. Man, I don't remember shit about Bleach. Holy fuck!
I don't fucking know.
Like holy crap!
I remember Kuroichi. Kuroichi.
No,
But
wasn't it? No, it was Yorichi.
Yoruichi, yeah, but I don't know who's
Yoruichi.
her apprentice. I don't fucking.
I want to say her name was Suifon.
The one with one arm?
Oh yeah. Okay, yes, I know who you mean. Right.
Oh, no, okay, you mean her underling.
Okay,
her,
oh,
her
Soy
okay,
lieutenant.
Soifong.
Mike Zero Dude just contacted me on Steam to tell me that it's Soifong.
Soifong.
Because
Yeah.
Mike
Okay.
Zero Dude is an expert on Bleach.
Good work,
Oh, that
Mike.
one girl was
You
super
should be
cool. I liked her.
embarrassed.
She was like biking.
Hey, remember when they got their masks? How totally cool that was.
I never got that far.
Oh man.
I remember
Oh, I
whenever
got
he
so
transformed,
far.
and it's like, oh, he's just in a trench coat now. It's like,
Oh, I got so far, dude. Like,
Yeah, I was so confused when I saw because now whenever I see screenshots of like the powered up form of Ichigo now, it's like trench coats, and I was like, what part of samurais is that? You know, it's really weird.
It is,
What
it's
if-
supposed to make him look fast or something? I don't know.
I-
He's got
I-
like
I
a
gave up-
million forms now.
I gave up when Aizen turned evil. Like that's when I tapped out because I thought that was a cool twist. But then
I kind of like barely sort of looked at it. Like I was wondering what happened to that, and I looked at the ending of that arc in the manga, and I noticed that at the very end of that, there's like he almost like dies off panel or he's beaten, because I kept going back and looking at it and wondering what the hell just happened. Like they're acting like he won, but it's like just there's nothing on screen happening.
Eli, are you aware of what happened to the Bleach anime?
They just stopped making it. Like fuck it.
our
no one
fight will
cares.
continue.
No, it won't.
Oh my god! Well, in the manga continued, but
No,
like,
it really won't though.
like Woolie, is there any other series like that that just gave up?
Gantz.
Gantz gave up.
Gantz, the manga runs for so long and has so much going on that when they animated it, they just animated the first like 2 arcs, and then they made up their own final chapter, and then just
Oh,
ended
yes.
right in the middle of the fucking
Woolie,
story.
is Gantz the one that has that black face, like mass shooter?
Yes,
Okay,
it is. That is a hard read, man.
that would have been a great arc for TV.
Yeah. And mind you, that arc is just him shooting up everyone in downtown Japan with no speech bubbles for an entire volume.
This mass killings.
It is an entire volume with no talking, almost just him shooting up all of downtown Japan.
I wonder what the longest
fact-
running mega is. Because I want to say it's Detective Conan.
Detective Conan, no, I think Captain Tsubasa is up there as well.
I know it's not Berserk, but like
You would
Berserk-
have to work on it for it to be longest running.
No, I know it's not Berserk, but Berserk is a good like barometer of like has it been going longer than Berserk? Because that's
Yeah.
like 90. Like it whatever wins has to be like before 90.
And of course, JoJo's been going forever as well.
When did JoJo start? Like 93 or something? Or
80s, I thought.
Let me pull that up. Let me pull it up.
87. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so JoJo for sure is up there. Oh fuck it. You know. Oh, I keep closing the thing because I can't understand that the stream is a different window.
Oh, here we go. Okay. The it's something I can't pronounce. Is
Okay,
at
wait.
197 volumes.
Uh-huh.
Golgo 13 is third place at 179.
Oh, you can pronounce that, dude. Be proud of yourself.
Kochira Katsushika ku Kameari Koen Mai Hashutsujo.
Good job.
Kochi Kame for short.
It is a comedy and police manga.
Oh my god, that guy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in All Stars.
Yeah.
I think this guy is one of the characters in All Star, whatever blah. Shonen Jump
Seven?
battle.
Hi, Dave, by the way.
And then second place is Dokoben. Baseball manga. Yeah.
Them Japanese sure do like their baseballs.
They sure love those baseballs.
Cooking Papa.
Grappler Baki is number 6.
That's fucking sick.
And followed by JoJo, followed by
Yeah.
Ippo.
Yeah. And then it goes down from
I
there.
think it's fine whenever they take something.
I did not.
Whenever they take something
man.
that long running and just say we're going to summarize this, or we're going to take what we consider to be the definitive arc and just make one thing out of it. That's fine by me.
I had no idea Ippo started in '89.
Yeah, although there was boxing manga before Ippo.
Well, not anymore.
Well, nothing that matters, but yeah.
Hey, Woolie, you know in Yakuza 5 you can read a couple chapters of Ippo?
Nice.
You go to the convenience store and you go to the manga bookcase, and there are like 30 different manga that have their first chapters scanned.
Wow, nice.
All untranslated.
Yeah, when it comes to like a boxing manga that a lot of mangaka references something they read was like Crying Freeman, I believe it was called. And I was like, oh shit, something before Ippo. What's going on with that? Wow.
Morgan Freeman?
Crying Freeman. And my friend went back to read it and he's like, it's not very good. And I was like, oh. Ippo really did just kind of like close off the genre. It's like the World of Warcraft of boxing manga almost.
Yeah, I see that.
Wow, we're just going with literal ears right now.
Oh, I was playing with Eris ribbons.
She looks like Drive Night without her face.
Can you make her frown for a minute?
Less evil, more.
Oh, Ashteno Joe, not Crying Freeman. Never mind. Yeah. Thank you for the corrections, everybody.
Actually, instead of a frown, why don't you just give her a big, cartoony, pouty face?
What if I gave her a beard and sunglasses?
Yeah, that'd be good too.
Full on Mo. Whatchamacallit there?
Mo?
Groucho rather.
Yeah.
Ooh, shit. Pen's actually coming apart.
Oh, good job, Plague. You've destroyed your livelihood.
But, as far as all the shit that I've been working on in regards to the hair and everything, what are your general thoughts on the head?
Go ahead, Pat.
Just put a big Skullomania mask on. Aren't you glad you stopped to let me say that?
Pop the layer up that had the hair experiments on it again.
Oh, jeez. The one that you like number 2 on?
Yeah, just to see exactly what the horns were doing there. There you go. They're very, you see, like, those horns are like 25% of the fluff of the hair. It's like they're very small horns. You really want to get that going.
Still kind of has that cattier look to it, if you view it at the
a little
right
bit,
angle.
But it doesn't read as hard, I find, as it was before.
Why don't you just give her an afro?
Say that again?
Why don't you just give her a big afro?
I should.
I'm on board with that.
Fucking Juri. Oh, it's
Also,
so easy.
yeah. It's almost like create a new layer just for her stupid like ears.
I did.
Oh, you did. You
Layer
okay?
8 is.
Yeah.
That's why I keep drawing
Okay.
back over it.
There you go. Also, let's. I think we should possibly consider a seam going down the pant leg. It might look good.
Right there. Well, that would be on the side anyway. You probably wouldn't see it there.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of... I'm used to working on so many layers, I can just... Like, I'm not even paying attention to, like, the reference images. So, I'm sure you'll appreciate turning all that off. Of course, this is incredibly rough, so it's not going to look right either way. So what are the...
Oh, I thought you were almost done.
This is just working out the ideas.
Yeah, this is just primary 1. Like, I'll do a primary 2, I might do a primary 3, and then over that, I do the final line work. Like, you can't just start off from, like, the first thing that you start working on.
Why don't you just draw it good the first time like Mothman?
Mothman just paints, though.
Also, Mothman does a ton of prototypes.
No,
that you
shut
don't
up.
see.
He busts that shit out in 4 hours, no problem.
Like when he was doing the art for the playthrough we did of that horror game there, Tormentum. Like he had a bunch of early versions on that. You just don't see them.
Yeah, no. Why don't you just do that, but not do that?
Just open up the program and then like instantly make the final version of the product appear.
Okay, so this. Oh man, you're gonna. Woolie, you're gonna get like fucking crazy pissed off. Like I was kind of ignorant of that fact.
Of what?
I figured you penciled it and then you inked it.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I thought that's what it meant to be a good artist. That you.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Especially when you're designing. Like, look at the original concept.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the original concept sheets. Like, a lot of these aren't even halfway finished. They're just color. They're just blobs of color just splashed down. Especially on these early ones. Like, look at this one right here.
So, okay, so that makes a lot of sense now.
She have daggers attached to her hair?
That makes more sense now, because I always thought that those are designs that they gave up on in the process. And that the final one was the one that they just drew good right away.
No.
Oh God!
I mean, you can do that.
Fuck.
Like if you know exactly what it is that you want, like like even like Zone. Whenever he's doing his things, he'll. I think sometimes he'll work from nothing. Sometimes, but not.
If
really,
you're prototyping a character, though, a design, like you finish a ton of designs and then you like take a successful direction.
If it's something that you've drawn many times and you know exactly what it looks like in every single way, then yeah, I'll do it one draft sometimes.
I just figured that like you did most of that in your head.
You thought it was magic?
Wow.
Well, no, I thought it was similar to like mental math.
No, see, this is the problem with a lot of people that think that they can't get into art, is the idea of, wow, they're just so good. No, remember that cheating thing that we were talking about very early on, like 5 hours ago now? Is that if you're not cheating, then, you're not doing it right. And people that don't know how to do anything art-related tend to overestimate what people are doing, when in reality it's just... No, we just keep working over it over and over and over again until it actually does look right. Until then...
Just plug the USB into the back of your head and then put it into your computer.
But what do you think about the little hair horns on this one that I have right now?
That I like. This version, absolutely.
Yeah, they're small enough to not look too much like ears.
What if that was not hair? That the tips were not hair? There was something else, like little bitty daggers or something weird. Yeah, I know. Like, I'm trying to avoid it because I wanted it to look sort of natural, because that was sort of the aesthetic that I liked from her. Is that she just looked like a fighter, and that was it. I'm a fighter.
I knew it. The instant you fucking said that, I could feel it.
What if there was no horns, but there was just one at the top? Like, I don't know.
What are those horns even for, man?
I don't know, because they're, like
we've been arguing
looks
fucking
about them. It just
9
does.
minutes. And
it just looks better without them, but the original design had them, so we can't just ignore them.
This is like, I joked about this at the beginning of like just it's like the Red Letter Media joke about Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, where they should have been combined. to a new character called Obi-Wan.
Into a new
Like-
character called Old Juri.
And the problem is that none of us prefer the actual design to the original design.
I like the suggestion though. Just give her a big piccolo turban. Call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, no, and it's also because cat ears are so, like, prominent and done that, like,
Yeah,
You
no,
recognize
'cause
them
then-
can't not see
instantly,
them.
Yeah.
because then what do you get? You get a girl with kind of cat ears who's evil and has a glowing eye, and it's like
Yeah.
that's the worst character.
Even
That's the worst.
yeah, like, even if it's just little Dennis the Menace hair, like, cowlicks, like, it still reads as
That's
animal
why I
feature
wanted to
because-
avoid it being the literal hair.
Why don't
Yeah.
you just give her fucking drill hair
I should.
and be done with it?
Make it pink. Make her a lesbian.
cone-like spikes, like, just sticking out.
Cone-like spike?
What?
Like the hair's going around?
Why don't you
No,
just
like, what you're drawing right now are, like, spikes, like, actual spikes.
Yeah, I was
What?
kind of imagining like kunai or something sort of thing.
Why don't you just have a barrel of a handgun poking out from her bangs?
This
A,
bayonetta
a,
hair.
a giga drill.
Yeah.
I'll just put spiders in her hair. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
The spiders emerging from her hair all the time.
Or like a big.
Oh my god!
Hat.
You
Yeah.
have tarantulas in your hair! I know.
Man, you just turned
I
into
like
Rich for like 2
spiders.
seconds. You sounded just like Rich.
Oh
for
my
2 seconds.
god! Alright.
If we
That
ever
felt
get
good, didn't
any
it?
of the Red Letter Media people on our
Hell no,
podcast, we have to keep Rich away from all of our gear.
Oh, gee, he just cannot
Just
control
he'll
it.
ruin it.
I don't know what pipe dream you're living on where we'd be able to pull that off.
Like,
but-
I did a cartoon for them, and they didn't really even acknowledge it for a while. And then I was in
Yeah.
on the stream one time, they're like, oh yeah, I guess the creator's here or something, whatever. And that was it.
Nice.
They're not
Nice.
those kinds of guys. They're not the kind, like, they barely like their own stuff.
Oh, they actively hate it.
Yeah, like, there's no impressing or inviting them onto anything. Forget
Just
that.
keep
Go
playing
down
their
to
fucking
the-
Rocket League.
And trash their office.
Oh,
That'll teach them.
Juri hair?
It's this. It's all. Ugh. Can we just cheat and just not put anything? Can we just cheat it?
How about a big
Yeah.
fuck you on the back? Just fuck you, Juri.
Fuck you to the entire
Like
concept.
a big eat it Bob sign, just fuck you.
Yeah.
Or just put like the stupid. Yeah, just put the stupid like rap from the horns, like the lines or whatever those pink things are, on like one of her normal bangles and just like fucking call it.
Why not just
Well-
give her one of those like ornamental metal Oni headbands if you really want the horns that bad?
I don't think anyone knows what you're talking about.
No.
I'm thinking of the guy from Onimusha 4, the blonde guy, Soki.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah, that stupid feather thing. I know what you mean.
play go fuck yourself. You need to learn all about all the video game characters and anime characters
I have
ever.
a job.
No, you
Play
don't.
your fucking weeb shit.
That's your job.
No, it's not.
It
I
should
don't
be.
have a job. I have a lifestyle.
You just said you have a job.
Now I changed my mind.
Yeah, here's the picture of the douchebag I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Fucking Google image search.
Like the horns are like around a metal circlet.
Yeah, that looks. That I've never liked that. I always thought it looks terrible.
No, I think it looks terrible too, but I'm like, well, that's all I fucking got. Like, what do you want from me?
Nothing.
I don't know how to magically create art out of nothing.
Yeah.
Like you,
I watch good things like SWAT Cats and Deep Space Nine.
well,
Bingo.
It's been a while since like you've discovered that I just have the wrong view of the world.
What? That's recent? What? You're making this claim?
No,
How long have
no,
I
it's
known
like
you?
no. There's always new wrong things.
Yeah, that's never gonna stop, Pat. I can know you for the next 90 years, and you're on your deathbed, and you say something fucking stupid about, I don't know, Janeway. Like, I actually like this one thing about her. Oh, fuck you. You're dying. Shut up. Just let me retain.
No one likes Janeway.
No,
No one likes
She's a
Janeway.
monster.
Dude, there was a guy
I
in our
love the
Reddit thread
Tuvix episode because it sums up her
that,
character
that
so much.
that was going on is like I'm sick of having to defend Star Trek from Pat, but Janeway is not as bad as he's making her
She
out to
is
see. I'm like,
awful.
oh my god, I'm defending Star Trek from Janeway. For fuck's sake.
Hold on. There's one episode, the Equinox episode, that I feel like is the worst she ever gets because
Equinox is what, the time travel one?
no, Equinox is one where they find the other Federation ship.
Oh,
It's a
God.
two-parter. And she loses her fucking mind because the Equinox captain is torturing like dumb subspace aliens to get their juices to power up his shitty ship so it'll go like warp 8 or something.
We're gonna get home, but you're getting home in an evil way, and he's like, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
And Janeway loses her shit because Federation captains don't
Don't have slavery, basically.
and she no, well, it's not even slavery. She's just like Federation captains do things a certain way, and that's just how it's done. And you're a monster.
The rules matter.
She goes on a Moby Dick thing where he's the whale, and she obsesses over it to the point where she actually like she captures someone from their crew and locks him inside of her room, a cargo bay, with one of these aliens that's trying to murder him. Like she lets it in, like and like no, he'll talk. And Chakotay is like Space Indian is like, Captain, you can't do this. This is like really, really something that the Federation would never do.
Also, I am saying that as a former terrorist.
Yes, it's like you are going complete, and he actually has to break in. Like he even like tries to just unlock the door, and it's locked. She locked it with no intention of her opening. He has to break in and like fling himself at the guy to be able to get him out. And at the end of the episode, like she actually locks Chakotay up, suspends him. And the other captain eventually just says, you know what? I'm just going to turn myself in. Like, he didn't actually do jack like, she didn't do jack shit. She had no character arc. And at the end, she's talking to Space Indian, and and she's like, you know what, Chakotay? You probably should have just mutinied, because I was completely out of control. And he's like, yeah, I know. And that's it!
Hey,
she learns nothing.
Hey, Woolie, what character is that you just sent us?
Jolene Cujo.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, she's got the hair buns. The hair buns totally work better than everything.
So, the final suggestion I'm going to give on this fucking hair fuck
Chun-Li shit
is just the original, straight-up Jolene Cujo Mickey Mouse ears.
Yeah.
I wonder if...
Yeah.
A more official piece of art, actually, will show you that they stick out a lot more than the one I sent you.
It's gonna start doing shit.
Oh, why don't you give her like the hair buns and then little wings off of that so she looks like a robot? Yeah.
How about I just put dicks all over? How about that?
Earlier, when you were asking like what the spike on her forehead should look like, and I was very tempted to just be like, just draw her hair as a big penis.
Draw her penis.
Sometimes, whenever you're designing, one of the things that I like to do is don't even have any idea what it is that you're drawing. You're like, just if you're going for profile, just start drawing basic shapes onto
Yu-Gi-Oh hair, you mean?
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh drawing techniques?
Yeah.
Sort of. What you're doing actually is just trying to occupy negative space in such a way that you kind of get a general... Like, remember... Well, you guys don't remember this, but the last video that I uploaded was designing from shapes, where I draw a random shape, then you just try to turn it into a head.
I remember that exercise in school,
yeah, that's
actually.
Sort of what you're doing. You're just trying to come up with a silhouette that actually looks good, and then you try to make sense out of it after you've come up with something that's like, okay, that looks recognizable and not too offensive.
Yeah, no, our cartooning class was had a big thing on that, where just straight up make random stupid doodle into a face of some kind or a character of some kind.
Yeah, it's especially bad whenever you have constraints, though.
Oh, look, she's like Guile now.
Well, that's the beauty of like
that was hair,
like the Gendy Tarkovsky style and the stuff that was like Fairly Odd Parents and whatnot. It's like you can turn anything with a corner on it into a face.
What if it's...
Which part's the face?
If it's like a band that you can't see, and it comes back...
Is the corner part a face?
That's the top of the jaw.
Like, anytime that I do this kind of move that I'm making that you'll see in probably like 10 seconds, I think of a Yuffie, or excuse me, Yuffie, Final
Does
Fantasy
anyone
VII.
say Yuffie?
It's spelled.
Most
It's spelled
people
like.
used to say Yuffie
It's spelled like Yuffie because it's
because
a
that
U.
is
It's not
that's the
two
phonetic
O's.
pronunciation.
What is with them
Uh,
and fucking up the pronunciations and the spelling?
But
That's not offensive.
Japan, it's Yuffie.
Like
That's not
it's
offensive.
spelled
Those two
Tifa,
little.
but it's pronounced Tifa, like it has two E's.
Oh, see, no, that's why you're wrong. Like,
Yeah,
it was always
I get that.
still
I
up,
get that.
it's-
I have no problem with that.
That one's crazy.
Like
Titus.
Titus is it's just Titus, and they're like, no, it's Titus. Fuck you.
Aerith.
Aerith, I could ramble on for
Okay,
like an hour
Aerith
about
is-
that.
Aerith is the worst because you can't just leave a spelling error for like 15 years and then
But-
tell
And
us
it wasn't
you
even
were
a
doing
spelling error.
But it's not a spelling error. That's what's stupid about it. Exactly.
or whatever. You can't tell people after 15 years that a translation
Being
choice or whatever.
retconned by people that didn't even make the fucking game. They just showed up and are like,
And
Like,
guess what? Aerith? That's a shitty English version of Eris.
it's because they don't have a they have a character that represents both S and TH, right? So
Yeah.
whenever they're translating it, they took the original Earth, like they took the English word Earth, and looked at it and said, well, we'll change this into something else. And they ended up getting Eris. They got Eris. And from that, they started writing it down, and they used the character that represents both TH and S because they don't actually pronounce that in their own language. And then whenever the translation team looked at it, they said, well, this, what actually sounds good? And to them, of course, they said Eris. Because that's what actually doesn't sound like you have a lisp. Oh, that's fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
it sounds like Japanese. Exactly.
Yeah, and what annoys me is not all that, because it's blatantly just Eris, is what it is.
I just realized that the FF7 remake is ruined.
Yeah, like if it gives me the option, like I will make one video of it,
No,
just a
no.
backspace over the TH
Renaming it.
and put a
Yeah.
fucking
They won't.
S. This
They
is
won't let
this is
you.
what it is.
It'll be voice acted by every character, and they will all sound like they have lisps.
like it's almost as if like the main character was called Kurod, and we just left it that way.
Claude, actually.
Well, Claude, but like Kurod, like
Well-
if
well,
they just
the-
spelt it like Kurod,
the-
and then we
the-
just had to go on living that
the
life.
reason I say that, and I'm just talking out of my ass, this is just an assumption I've always had. I always figured that the giant mech that you fight at the end of Disc 2, the Proud Claude,
I forgot about that.
I always figured that giant mech with the big sword was supposed to be the Proud Cloud.
Wow, you're dumb.
No, I mean that they made a mistake.
Because Proud
because of
Claude
English.
is so dumb. I get what he's
Like,
saying.
I always figured that they were actually saying Cloud or Claude or Cloudo and fucked it up, like they did with Silver.
It's an argument that can never be truly solved, because if the creator intended one thing but is unable to say what he intended properly, then what do you go with? Do you call him Gatsu?
Hey, I want
Do you
to
call him Balgus?
I want to fucking rewrite on "Wow, you're dumb." I was talking about them being dumb,
It's
not
so
me.
bad
Woolie.
with Japanese names because they want to make the English name for us because they're excited by English. It looks futuristic. It sounds neat. But then they try to give us the thing. It's like you have no clue how to pronounce this in English. Stop trying to do it.
Yeah, at least Mura has come out and said, like, it's fucking guts. It's guts. Stop it. Stop it. It's guts.
Oh, the worst thing about Eris's name is that people are like, no, shut up. Like, they're like, no, it's now Aerith. Fuck you, because that's what they say. And you're like, it sounds worse. And for all these reasons, also, you're wrong. And they're still like, no. It's like, why? Why then are you supporting Aerith whenever you admit that it sounds bad?
Well, it's because it's really hard to make games, man.
What an awful human being you must be. You Odo
the only
of
thing-
gaming.
The only thing worse than English is something that like probably only like Pat and Mike Zero Dude can understand here, but French. When Japanese try to speak French,
I feel like they do it better than English, honestly.
it sounds dude. Go back to Kill la Kill, where she tries to say La vie est drôle, and just try to
you're right.
try
you're
to
right,
count
you're right,
all
you're
the
right.
extra syllables that come out of her mouth. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, I love how they just
Ravie
I
drôle.
love how they
Dude.
attach unnecessary syllables to things.
It
Yeah.
took a year for my girlfriend to be able to say my last name. Like the worst.
Like, where do they ooh come
When-
from? What are you doing?
She
You-
kept saying Boyven, like over and over and over and over and over. Like, oh,
Shmup God Pat and myself always used to die and crack up at one line in Gurren Lagann when Spiral King, when Genome he
God!
goes,
Yeah,
"Do
no,
you
I know
want
this
to know the
exact line,
truth? Are you sure?"
Wow. Oh man!
Oh, Japan, please stop, but never stop.
And it's like it's not. It's so long. Like he clearly is like tripping over it and can't do it. And
Yeah.
that's the line they went with that they thought sounded cool.
You know,
This
I
is
was
the main
telling-
thing. They don't do it because they want to be accurate. They do it because they want it to sound cool.
Plague, did you ever listen to or watch the episode of whatever the hell I did, in which I found out and got to explain why RE1's voice acting is so bad?
Oh, is it from the... I don't remember what video it's from, but I'm
I'm talking like the very, very original Resident Evil 1. And it's because they had them record every part
and
of
the
every
actors were
sentence
actually
separately.
saying, no, this is how it's pronounced. And they're like, no, just do it this way, because it
They-
sounds
no,
neat.
and then they recorded hundreds of takes and like not even like full sentences, like parts of sentences, and then they were all stitched together in post randomly according to what the team thought sounded cool. Which is why none of the lines make any sense together. It's so fucking
I love
stupid.
you, Japan. Japan is the Voyager of countries.
Yeah,
What?
I was telling
That's harsh.
No, see, I love watching Voyager because I love to complain about it. So when Japan does something, it's like, yes, keep doing that stupid thing. I love it. I hate it.
when I took my Japanese class like years ago, like, and I was trying to, as my teacher's like, "Oh, what's your name?" And I was like, "Woolie," and she's like kind of cocks her head to the side a bit and goes, "Urururi." And I was like, "Woolie, ururi."
And did she summon the world? Like,
Yeah, and that just evolved with Diane. Like we used to joke about it. With that, just turned into ururu, ururu, like can't parse two sounds.
Because then, I'm not gonna make. fun
Must
of
turn
too
it
much
into
of that.
3 or 4.
I get it. Like if you grow up with a certain syntax and certain ability to, like, I can't do rolling R's. Like, there's no way. Like I can't do that fucking shit. Like took Spanish and like no, like this.
hold on.
Like,
Let me try one.
Go ahead.
R.
Good
No.
job. Dumbass. Knew you backed down from that instantly. Like no.
And they can all every Japanese person can roll their R's. It's mandatory to do your ora oras.
One of the more interesting things that I sort of have learned about languages is, like, if you take, like, African languages, like, ones that have been established for so long that they've just been speaking it the same way for just, like, 2,000 years or whatever it is, however long it goes back, is that they, like, all the clicking and sort of noises that they come up with is because the language gets so incredibly deep in regards to the tiny vocalizations that you can make that they end up having to do that because that's the only way to take it even further. And that's the reason why they sound that way. And that's why it's
There's
so
no
hard.
other sounds to make.
Yeah.
Is this a good explanation of why people from some parts of England are literally talking gibberish, nonsense, garbage?
No, it's not. They're just stupid.
But-
they don't.
but
They
you
don't
know
how
what?
to speak American.
But for all the complications and sounds they come up with, they still don't go to the level of Chinese, which is like where your intonation like matters.
Oh, and
Yeah,
it's
and it
where
changes-
like fuck you.
yeah.
You're from a town 2 miles over. You're speaking a different language.
Four vowel pronunciations for every single vowel. You know.
That's like 10 vowels.
Yeah, 10.
By the way, the hair things that I've been doing on Juri here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't look like horns anymore, and like
Now
that's
it just looks like she's got those red bro cups stuck to the side of her head.
I mean, look, like they don't look like cat ears, which was the most offensive part of it previously. and it's just going straight to Jolene,
You know what?
which is
If
the
we don't
source.
solve it tonight, they're not going on there. She's keeping that fucking hair.
I can't fight you on that.
You don't want to. That's
Why
the
not?
thing. No one
Why not
wants
just
to.
give her a little hat?
You know what she needs? That's
A fez.
she needs the
No,
that
just
stupid
some other little hat.
What is that? That dumb little French hat that they. No, it's in Bloodborne. You know what I'm talking about? There's that one that has a. If you're a female character, it has this tiny little bitty hat on the side.
Oh,
of
petit chapeau, le petit
whatever it is, I
chapeau.
don't care. It's just so cute
Is
and
it,
stupid.
is it a beret?
Like this a little bitty. Oh, come on, Juri.
No, it's a little church hat.
This little bitty hat that sits on the side of her head. That's just what a fighter needs,
Girls look good with little hats.
especially when it does nothing. Like, what is a
Yeah.
hat for? Protects your head, except for whenever it's just a tiny, dumb little hat.
Oh yeah, totally. It's
Like
like
a
I
Dr.
saw I was walking around earlier and I saw a dog with like a sweater and little booties on, and I lost my shit.
Did you stop and point and laugh at his face?
No,
Sir,
oh your
please.
stream just crashed for me.
It's fine. You don't need it anyways. They're not saying anything important.
That
That's
dog
weird.
was suffering
Why do people do that to their animals?
No, shut. That dog was cold. Okay.
because
It
because the owner shaved its fur off. Then
No, it needed its little booties. Shut up.
yeah.
I cannot stand
Yeah,
that.
Picarto is just straight up down for me now.
It's still running on it. Sometimes you have to hard refresh the page. Picarto's kind of weird. There's still
No,
bad
I've
people.
changed like new tabs, like all sorts of stupid shit. You know.
See, if the spike is angled too high, then it just looks like an antenna.
Yep. Hold on, let me just draw a line. Let's do it this way. Like we can have
Man.
center line. This is going to look really weird.
Did Picarto ban me?
Probably. You probably deserved it.
It noticed your contributions or lack thereof.
Oh come on, no! It's vital.
Oh no, now you won't be able to watch all the pornography streams on Picarto.
No, I'm back in. I'm back in.
Oh well.
I never heard of Picarto until you started using it, Plague, to be honest. So
I mean, usually if you check the front page, I can pretty much guarantee I'm the top person right now.
oh,
Picarto
yeah,
doesn't
people
get a
drop.
huge like usually whenever I stream it's only like 50 or so people. It's pretty intimate, I guess would be the right word for it.
Is it just live smut all the time?
Pretty much. That's usually what people. That's what it's really known for. Is porn artists like to use it a lot. And I guess that's
He's
the
just
reason
drawing
it's
like
for.
doubles design on her head right now.
What's that?
He's
He's
I'm just adding.
he's creating a ruler,
Yeah.
or like a protractor.
I wanted to know
almost.
which-
a compass.
Like if we're talking about which position it should be at.
Oh, you're putting that thing on her head from the thing.
Sure.
Why would anyone watch the smut process though? Like who I don't know who gets
So-
off on the process.
See, I will watch an artist. Like I get nothing out of it. Like I just look at it. Oh, here's an. Oh, okay.
Well, do you not remember like all the weirdo shit like fucking YouTube videos that I watch before I go to bed?
ASMR.
Like the fucking ASMR. Like here's a video of a guy doing like building a wall with mortar for fucking 3 hours. Puts you
Yeah.
right to sleep.
The thing
Like
is,
people watch anything, man. People watch
it's not like
anything.
like an LP. Like a lot of people just want the voice, but with these streams, it's usually just music. Because like what we're doing, almost no one uses voice chat, especially whenever
Yeah,
they're porn artists.
They play a playlist and then like you just see the art go, right?
Yeah. So a lot of
Yeah.
the times
Hey,
they're just
guys.
listening to music, and it's just over the
Hey
text.
guys, how big do you want me to make their boobs? Really big? Okay.
Usually, porn artists don't
Is that
sound
how
like
that
that,
is?
though. They
Yeah,
usually just
yeah.
more. That's how they sound.
They sound like Dennis Leary.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then people make requests in the chat for what they need, and then yeah.
What they need.
Oh man,
This is where I need to
Uh,
go. Drive me there.
that- I don't want to get into it, but I just want to remind you in your mind, Woolie, of the story. But do you remember our mutual friend who did commissions for a while about the two broke girls and had to stop because it was getting so awful?
I barely.
Oh man, it was Kay.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I don't remember the story really though.
basically the basic gist is that it was hey, can you draw me this art of one of the characters from Two Broke Girls? Like, oh fine, I paid really, really well. and then the next art was a little more extreme and paid really, really well, and
Just
it
baiting
just
it in.
got to this point where it's like I can't draw this anymore. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like the job came down. It's like I want a full like 10-page comic, and I'll pay like this stupid amount of money. And she's just like, no, no.
That's the thing about commissions, man. Like, if you find, here's the thing about commissions. You think, oh, well, someone over here commissioned something, someone over here commissioned something. It just adds up. No, it does not work that way. You find a whale. Like, there's always that one guy that has some very specific thing that he likes.
I have a specific thing that no one is drawing.
Yeah, and
or making.
That is now you. That is the rest of your life. Servicing
Yeah.
that guy and his thing. Whatever it is that he likes. Or she likes. Or
Puppy
it
vagina.
likes. Smizmar likes.
You've been watching Rick and Morty again. I can tell right away. That was telling me about how desperate you were to get that tight 5 line in.
Oh god!
Like he recognized it multiple days later as just this
Working on your tight 5 for the Comedy Store, Morty.
What was the joke that he told?
No, shut up, Plague.
No, what was the lead into it? I can't even remember.
No.
I think he was just talking nonstop. He just wouldn't shut up. And just
No, it's because he's talking to the girl that they saved from.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And he's just rambling over himself and trying to make himself look good, and just Rick just butts it. It's like you working hard on your tight 5 there, Morty, for the comedy show. and it just crushes him. It just crushes him entirely.
He instantly deflates.
Oh, man.
Good. The mouth goes into that like flaccid penis mouth that they draw.
Oh, what is that? The ball mouth.
Oh yeah.
It's original to them, man. It's flaccid dick mouth.
Like
it's great.
That and the fucking eyes. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The eyes were like hard to get used to.
The eyes are crazy.
It took a while on that one.
I remember reading up on that show and just like how like Justin Roiland is like disgusting, and like there are 2 takes on every single line. Every single line has a burp take.
Yeah.
The editors then like mix and match as they would. Like
yeah, no, he's the kind of fucker that comes out of the booth with his balls hanging out and waiting for people to notice.
And he also describes in an interview like when he does Lemon Grab and then when he does Meeseeks, like he like gets so sick and like horrible migraines and is like almost passing out after doing them because shit he has to do to his fucking throat to get there.
I love me.
No, honestly, like you have to respect like comics and voice actors that they physically hurt themselves to get the character right.
So probably my favorite thing coming out of all that shit that I was reading is that like when Dan Harmon came up with the idea for Mr. Meeseeks, and all the way up until like the day of recording, like Justin Roiland fucking hated it. It's like, this is the stupidest thing in the world.
Like my favorite episode.
This fucking guy just shows up and says, "Hi, Mr. Meeseeks. This is fucking dumb. I don't want to do this episode." And then they ended up recording it. It's probably the fucking best episode of the show. So I guess Dan Harmon wins.
Oh boy.
You know Dan Harmon's Birdman? A bird person?
There's not many people that actually. It seems like their actual amount of voice actors they have for the show is pretty low.
Yeah. Well, the 2 main characters are one person, so.
Yeah. And they got Ego Raptor up in there, didn't they?
He's the guy looking at people to take the picture. I think.
I didn't see the episode with him yet.
Oh, that's the season finale.
Yeah, whatever, man. I guess they've got a year to go, so I guess it's fine. So busy editing these videos, I can't enjoy things.
Man, that episode with the you remember the episode with the Cronenbergs, Woolie?
Yeah.
That and do you remember the one with the parallel universe goggles in which Summer realizes that she's ruined her parents' life?
Yes.
So
That was the first
Morty's
alternate.
speech,
That was the first clip show. Yeah.
Morty's speech to her at the end of that episode just spoke so directly to my heart and soul that it
Oh, there is
freaked
no.
me
Yeah.
so. Nothing matters. Everyone's gonna die. Nothing happens for a reason. Now let's just
It's
go
like
watch
something like
TV.
"You are not meant to be here," or it's something like
No,
that.
no one's meant to be here. Nothing happens for a reason. Everyone's going to die.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh man, yeah, everything's worthless.
Dude, Plague, I feel like these horns are just bargaining with something that no one wants.
I think the reason why that they added the horns in is
See
because
now,
the spider aesthetic is so present in all of her design that it wasn't so much they were trying to be literal with what the horns are, so much as, you know how spiders flay out the way that they do? That I think what they were really just trying to do is, since they have the bottom bangs coming out, like spider legs or pedipalps or whatever it happens to be, they were like, well, what's going to splay out from the rest of her hair? And that was just the answer to that. And that's
well,
all
if
it
you want to
is.
do that, why not just give her a big dumb mask in the shape of her original hair?
Also, you know, like we didn't bring it up at any point, but butterflies are also part of her motif.
What?
Yeah, because
What?
if you look at her.
Woolie, the
Look,
longer you talk about this character, the shittier it becomes.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
Where's the
Butterflies are also relevant. Let me find it for you.
Fuck her
You'll find-
butterflies. She's a
you'll
fucking
find
spider.
some-
She'll get a spider and she'll like it.
Does she have a butterfly tattoo on her ankle? Is that it?
Hold on a minute.
Butterflies part of the fucking motif. What a greedy woman. What a greedy fucking woman to want two animals.
Because it's more like it's her energy. Her energy comes out looking like butterfly-ish.
What?
Shut
What
up.
spider shits butterflies?
A noble spider.
Get a fucking ass.
Okay, Woolie, have you started following? Oh, I think you have. I need to click on this and then I'll see. The best Twitter account in the world.
Emo Kylo Ren.
Yeah, you are
Oh,
following
yeah.
it. Yeah, okay.
Fucking oh my god, the best.
The girlfriend showed me that like 2 days ago, and I've been losing my fucking shit. It's like the poem one like had me on the floor.
Everyone gets it. Everyone gets like
I
the
would-
Kylo Ren thing that we said. Yeah.
I wished more rhymes. I wish more words rhymed with Darth Vader. I guess not every poem needs to rhyme. God damn it!
Following Darth Vader and Hot Topic.
He is so that guy though. Like he's the school shooter of the Star
Yeah.
Wars universe.
Yeah, you saw it, right, Blake?
Very
Yeah,
literally.
well, I saw it through means, but yes, I've seen it.
Yeah. Okay.
Plague, what?
What?
What are you implying?
I'm not implying anything.
Oh,
He got on his ox cart and he went into town, and down at the old Picty Theater,
Strung up the old mermaid sled.
they
Pulled
were
up
playing
the
a talkie.
talkie.
Hey, Plague, let me ask you
Put
a
on my
question.
onion belt.
Where do you personally fall on the mermaid reverse mermaid discussion?
I think that I like combination is what I like. I don't like just half and half. Like here's
I
the lady.
was really afraid that by combination you meant fish top and fish bottom.
I like Ruto.
Oh, that's nah.
It's the cop out
That-
sort of, but
Dude, thank you. That's the
No.
exact answer I gave for the winning combination.
any answer other than that, like if it's an option, that is the right answer. If you answer
This
anything
guy
else,
gets
you are
it.
wrong.
He gets it. Exactly.
That's like
Matt didn't accept that answer when
Where's
when
my-
I don't accept that answer either because it ignores the question.
I don't give a shit.
But also
compromise works.
that is straight up like whoever wins we lose shit. That's like everyone lost.
But if I had to choose between the two, I guess I would go human top.
Yeah, of course.
All right, where is that? Where's that fucking
No,
weirdo
you can't-
drawing?
You can't be looking at like a fish face. That's no good.
Yeah, it's no good. There's
It's
Ruto.
no good.
There's a Rudo I
Like
draw.
that's what happens to whatever chick
I
does.
embellished
like,
a few elements of her design. Yeah.
That's embellishment is
It's the difference between half of it being attractive and half of it being awful versus the whole thing being acceptable but not as great as if it were just
No.
Let's
human.
give her a Rudo head.
no, nothing about Rudo is acceptable.
Everything about Rudo
You
is
see-
acceptable.
You don't have 100% on the top and 0% on the bottom. You have
No,
50%
you have
across
0%
the whole body.
everywhere instead.
You have zero. You have 50% across the whole body.
No, you have 0%.
You want to argue with
Imagine how gross her skin must be, man.
like it's like dolphin skin. It's
No.
not slimy. It's rubbery.
It's like creepy lobster shit. It's
No, it's just rubbery. Dolphin skin's really like cool actually.
okay. So what you're saying
Don't
is
impose
fucking-
animal traits onto things. I get on to people on all this all the time. Whenever I'm doing my stupid universe thing that I'm doing, I make sure that I point out all these people who used to be human, and they have just been fucked up by the world, the Silent Hill sort of world that they live in, and now they look like this. That
Oh,
way,
you think
what's that?
Gorons and the Zora used to be humans that just got
I'm
mutated?
talking about my universe that I set up. Like I structured it
His
specifically
universe
for this
where
reason.
where everyone is huge. Remember?
That
Oh, we're talking about your OCs now?
That way,
Okay.
that whenever people go, like, well, no, you can't have the intercourse with the fish lady because you have to lay the eggs and beat off on the eggs or whatever stupid
this is-
4chan
this is-
argument that we're having.
This is the best conversation.
It is, and it's going up on YouTube. That way, whenever we have that conversation, I can go, well, guess what, fucker? This is a human. So too fucking bad. This is the best.
No, Plague. You don't get to decide things.
I
in your
do.
Own
It is
fictional
my
universe.
universe.
No. You have to follow the rules.
I
of
created it.
people
It's
that-
mine.
No, that's not how that works.
It is.
No. Remember when Voyager created? You know what? I was actually
Go.
just gonna.
Do it.
I was actually just gonna create a random bad example from nothing,
But
and
it's
I was
right
just
there.
going to, and I was just going to assume that you would go, yeah, I remember that episode. Like I was gonna say, remember when Voyager accidentally created all that life and then Janeway killed it?
Yes. They've done that
And-
multiple times.
I bet that totally happened.
They even did it with this stupid episode with them turning into lizards. That's exactly what happened.
Threshold, yeah, the only episode to ever get removed from canon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, God, I love talking about Star Trek. It's so stupid.
no, it's great.
Are those like just jury horns or are they
Kind of, yeah.
Like,
I was,
Like that just looks like she's hiding a loaf of bread behind her.
yeah.
head.
she's hiding a yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. There's no. You know what? No. This hair.
It's like Chi from Azumanga
it
Daioh.
is, this hair is staying the original. That's what's happening.
Yeah, that's not Chie, dude. Chie's not ruffled.
Chio.
Oh, Chio. Yeah.
Because the horns look stupid on the design that they have now. It's recognizable, but it's fucking stupid. And it barely fits with her motif. They never need to be there. They're just there for some
the
reason.
horns are the reason that I don't like that character, her final design.
Thank you.
Like I absolutely hate
Well,
them.
can we do something else with her design that would...
And I'm a guy who really likes Hakan,
Put
so
the horns on the back of her neck.
I'm actually was thinking about something coming off of her back.
just
like from
just
the
have a
shoulders
bunch
or
of
something.
just have a bunch of dicks grow out of her shoulders.
Make the back of the gi around her neck have a tie, and then have a little bow that looks like a dumb horn coming off the back of her neck.
Sorry, say that again. Sorry, I was drawing wieners.
You put the horn. You draw the horns off the back of her neck because dicks erect at attention.
Sorry, they're coming off her back. They're just horns.
Dicks in a room. Dicks on a couch.
What are they?
Dicks walking and talking in a room.
Mushed into the camera.
But what is this
Dicks
that she's
dancing
wearing
into the-
exactly? What is it that she's wearing that's coming off that's making these spike shapes?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine them like coming on. Well, those are on her. Those are now. Those are shoulder pads
Oh,
now.
I know.
that you're drawing.
No. What she has is a novelty spider backpack that has spikes.
She has a backpack that's just full of spiders.
Yeah.
When during the match, anytime that she feels like she's losing, just the special comes out, and she just throws the backpack, and it's full of Black Widows.
That felt good, didn't it?
Oh, I love it when everything comes together.
Uh,
Okay. I'm actually fine with really what has happened here is we
Yep.
changed her gi just a little bit and we changed her little arm things just a little bit. That's all that's
barely
happened.
any change at all.
But one little change is just enough.
But that's not a fusion. That's
It
like,
wasn't
we
supposed to
didn't
be a
even.
fusion. That's the thing. Like I wasn't going for a
Oh,
fusion.
oh,
Like
okay. Because I'm like,
if I wanted to like here's the thing. If I actually wanted to fuse the two designs, then it would actually
uh-huh.
be much easier because you don't have a choice in the matter. What you would actually
Yeah.
do is just end up going with the basic formation of the shapes of both things, and you would have to include the horns, whether you like it or not. You would have to include some of her bangs, but not too many of them. You would have to incorporate her dumb little vest thing in such a way that it actually uses that along with the gi, which would probably be sort of like a plate that actually operates on top of the gi. It would come down. She would have the belt. Just to do this real fast for everyone, I'm sure. Yes. The little tail things, and it would be pretty much the same thing as far as the rest of the design that we have goes now goes. So it just basically it would be her current design, except she would have a bed head and she would have a gi under her vest.
So a bunch of shit just bolted
Yeah,
on.
that would basically be what a straight up fusion would look like, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all it would be.
Hey, Plague. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought of doing fusions of things that didn't make any sense?
You mean like Woolie's designs that he got me to do?
No, no, no,
Hey.
no. I mean like
What a good series it was. Lots of people watched that. Please
no.
go on.
I mean like
Was
God,
that sarcastic?
No
like
one watched.
Juri and like a fire hydrant.
Oh, actually, that's kind of easy
Oh,
because
really?
all you do is just you just draw a fire hydrant, or you give her a fire hydrant costume, and that's it.
Yeah,
It's actually easier to design things that are really far apart than it is to design things that are very close together.
And I'm almost certain Dipod already drew that.
Wait, really?
Jury cross whatever object or Halloween costume. Yeah, he's probably got it covered.
To the internet.
What if?
Dipod draws a lot of Jury and a lot of Cody, but he hates the characters. He doesn't like them at all.
What?
He hates them. He really doesn't like them, but he will not stop drawing them.
Then,
And
I don't
anyone
get
that
it.
says that he likes them, he gets an earful.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either, but it's a thing.
I kind of have this. Like, if sometimes I can like the idea of a character, and I'll just try to fix it. But drawing something you hate, maybe not so much that. What I could do is have something come out of the armbands, like if it's a wrapping, like one of the
Have you tried a single ponytail at any point?
what just coming down.
Just a single
I mean, you
like.
wouldn't see it in her stance or anything.
No, I guess it'd be more of a top knot at that point. I keep saying top knot, but like it'd be more of a single shape going off the top. Any secondary shapes are going to detract from the hair. Any secondary shapes, no matter what they are. But
Unless it's a little hat.
Oh, I love that little hat. You mean like a very high placement on the head where you could see it, or do you mean like at the very
No,
bottom?
kind of like a 3/4 down.
well, not dropping that high. More like the original horns were, but just one thick one going
Are you,
upward.
are you talking
just-
about the thing we were talking about earlier about how it makes them look too young?
But not going off to the side though, like going backward.
Well, you can't even see it.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I could do like a side thing.
We're bargaining with the trash bin. We're bargaining with garbage. There's no point.
How does Chie bargain?
Poorly. Apparently, she just
Yes.
screams at it.
Clearly,
You should have just sandbagged it.
nah.
Well, I kind of don't like. I kind of.
See, Woolie, you and Liam and Matt are good at sandbagging. I'm not good at sandbagging.
I can't resist the urge to bitch about things. That's my
Yeah, basically, like I need to get in there. I need to fuck it up.
Like he's holding Chie, like just holding her, like
I-
someone,
I
someone,
would-
like, all right.
I would much rather like get in there and completely ruin a bit like hard than sit back and let the bit be good.
No, because if the bit's bad, you need to let it like soak in its badness.
No,
the
but I bet I
juices.
can make it way worse.
Like we need to get into that like Jim Norton O&A style, like all the cringe comedy guys thing, where someone tells an
I
awful
hate that.
joke.
I hate that.
Someone tells an awful joke, and you just let them fucking stew.
I hate
I
it.
think
You let them stew in their awful
Well,
attempts.
no, it's because like Woolie, think of how fun it was when we were recording the video we recorded this week, and like
Uh-huh.
I was pushing it to the point that you were just like cussing me out and calling me names because you hated it so much. Wasn't that just great?
That's the other time, but it's a flavor though, because that's
Like,
like that's when you know it's terrible. But
yeah,
if you tell a joke that you actually think is funny and it's the
yeah.
worst,
No.
that's
Well,
when
if you're
you
just
need to
throwing
like
something
say
out there, who cares?
Luckily, that never happens to me.
never.
It's
Never.
never structured like podcast or video. It's never structured enough for it to be that bad.
Yeah.
Unless it's
You
something
can
you've
always
been pushing, like I think Matt did it a couple times, where he kept pushing one thing and just no one followed up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bob Kelly podcast has something called the Bomb Dana, and it's like every time someone tells a horrible joke and they bomb and the joke stinks, they have to put the Bomb Dana on their mic,
Oh.
and it's great, and everyone has to acknowledge that you've been holding it because you're not funny, you're awful, you're a
I
hack.
think you reached your cringe limit last
God.
night, though, when I was sending you
Oh,
those
what?
pictures.
What?
We don't need to
Bro.
talk about that, Plague.
Woolie doesn't like
What?
the Sally Bones. He doesn't like old Sally Bones.
Sally Bone? What?
Yeah, Sally Bones.
Like the Sonic character?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I believe my response to his message was, "I am come undone.
I'm so done with this.
I was unmade with the internet that night. I'm not. No.
That's Wooly, did your resolve weaken or was it just too strong?
I just got a little bit comfortable on the internet recently,
Yeah, see, that's what it was.
and every once in a while I need to be brought back down.
Because I remember the time that like nothing could phase you. You were
No, there was always certain things.
you appeared invincible.
Yeah. The new level though, by the way, that's way because we keep talking about stuff that is basically like fucking 2003 now, but the new like actual horrible shit is the Gauntlet,
The Gauntlet.
and it's like I think it's like 20 videos that increase in levels of horribleness.
Yeah, I'm too old for that shit now.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like
I have a job.
yeah.
You know, I have a relationship. I can't go challenging my soul
Nope.
anymore.
You know, it's like we used to talk about the pains.
You're such an asshole. Oh,
Old Sally Bones.
what is this?
It's nothing. You don't need to worry about it. It's fine.
God fucking
Oh no!
fuck this earth.
See, okay,
Fuck this earth.
so I guess I retained more of my strength than you did, because like I'm just like gonna cry. I'm just laughing so
It
hard.
makes it more authentic.
Why? Why?
Every now and then I go back and I read some of Tails Gets Trolled, and I usually end up like legitimately rolling around on the floor like crying. It's because it's the art that gets me. It's so bad.
I love bad art.
Oh,
There are things in this world that should not be, but it's good that they are.
oh man.
Anyway, yeah, all that to say that like you have a gauntlet of horrible shit, and like beheadings are like in the middle of it, type of thing. They're not even at the top.
We cut off people's heads, but this Sally shit gotta stop.
Like, can I ask you a question? Did you bring that up to Woolie because he was talking to you about a video that we recorded, or did you just have that stopped?
No.
It was apropos of fucking
I know what
nothing.
it was. Because I was just perusing 4chan, like some random thread, and someone linked one of the pictures of a creeper at Disneyland following the little female Chippendale character, not Gadget, but the one from like the 60s or 70s. The
I don't know.
chipmunk thing in the blue dress.
zooming in on the ass.
Yeah, because like
Getting
it had a
booty cam.
big exaggerated ass, and he was like following it, staring at it as it like waved to children and stuff. And Woolie was like, "Fuck this, fuck that guy." Like, oh, this is too much, huh? Well, let's take this a step further just to see what happens. And that's where it came from.
So do you just have like a backlog of grenades that you just toss out?
You don't
people?
put them out all at once.
Yeah, no. That's because then you build up resistance.
Well, it's too easy for for some brave soul to jump on top of all of them at the same time. You want multiple sacrifices. You want multiple heroes from it. That's what you want. That's what makes it.
Oh man.
Plague hands you the pin, and then it's up to you to find where the grenade is.
Oh no, it's inside you.
The search begins.
There's no escape from this.
Oh, fuck your hair, Juri. Alright, and my computer's slowing down, so I should probably actually...
See, these hair problems are why they gave her a hat and long hair.
Yeah. That's from the house.
We're gonna tap out on that hair, man.
Oh, yeah. I tapped out on it long ago.
Hey, Woolie, I'm gonna be like for real. I was thinking about Fang earlier today.
As I often do.
And I was thinking about him, and I was looking at his design, like, yeah, he's pretty weird. And I had this like kind of crisis where I was like, do I actually think Fang is kind of cool, or do I just hate Rufus so much
I don't really care for Rufus so
I'm
much.
willing to lie to everyone and myself forever in order to make Rufus look bad? And I don't have an answer for that. Like, I'm genuinely like, I don't know.
I'm ready for that world.
Every time I look at Fang, all I can think of is how he looks better than Rufus. Like, that's the first thought in my mind every time.
Oh shit, we got a Naruto hat.
Yeah, just put a hat on her. Bam, done.
Done.
Put a bird on it.
Put a bird on it.
Don't forget the dicks.
They're in the hat.
Shadowloo logo.
Yeah.
They're like turrets.
Well, actually, no, it'd be the Sin logo, right?
Well,
like her and Bison fight in all of their story stuff.
It
yeah.
actually wouldn't look too bad in a hat. It's just nothing is established for it.
But it has to be a tiny hat.
When are they going to release her, I wonder?
Next year. 20, like, she's probably going to be, like, middle of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, well. It's going to be too late for this.
Oh, no.
Guess she'll just have to have pretty hair. Oh, I'm so sorry, Juri.
Looks like the Trifusion will have to be with Rita Repulsa.
Shut up.
Then you would just get the same design that you started with.
With a fire hydrant, problem solved.
Then you have 4 horns.
The next video will be combining this with Sally Bones.
Wait, which one?
Followed by my suicide.
The complete one or the pre suit one?
A little bit of both. A little column. See, that's how fusions work. You can't.
So
you can't go.
What you do is you make, so it's like an old one. The bones are showing through.
Yeah, like the top half is not completed.
Yeah,
the guy started with the bottom half because that's the important part.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. Got to get the human bones though. You got to go to the graveyard, dig up a corpse.
I can see Woolie like leaning back on his couch and looking at the ceiling, and just breathing.
I was exactly looking at the ceiling when you.
Yeah,
no.
Like I know you pretty well, man, and I can just see the exact look on your fucking face as we discuss this, and you're thinking to yourself, man, if I just don't say anything, they won't have anything to latch on to.
That's not even a sandbag. That's like getting in the sandbag and pretending not to be there.
The next fusion should be Ruto and Fang.
Thursday's your day in the sandbag.
Please bring up Sally Bones on the podcast. Do a favor for me.
I'll think about it.
It's something unrelated. Talking about like some stupid Sony.
Maybe I'll bring it up in fisticuffs.
Oh, Rufus and Fang.
Rufus and Fang.
That would. Oh Lord.
Would that just look like a normal person?
It would look like a really thin, fat man. It would be really.
He'd have a cool hat and a ponytail. Dude.
Oh no! There it is. There he is.
Leave a little bit of exposed belly. Like that, man.
And you'd have sleeves,
Oh man.
and there'd be food in the sleeves.
Yes. All right. This little doodle was better than everything that we've done up until now.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. All right, but this is where I'm going to cut off the video because fuck you, Juri, and your stupid hair. But your good hair. I actually like... Oh, hold on. I'll say this. Do you guys actually like where what it is right now is heading? Like, this is primary one.
Absolutely.
I enjoy it.
Okay, we didn't really do anything except for adjust that gi, but, you know, like I said before, even the tiniest adjustment sometimes is enough.
I would main that character.
You know what's really going to be good? The fact that Pat did not record any of his audio. So it's going to...
Oh, that's fantastic.
So it's going to be his shitty Skype audio coming through with our perfect audio, which will be very fitting.
No.
Oh, perfect. Okay. This
Oh,
2.5 hour video is going to be punctuated by a very fast time lapse. And then with like 2 minutes of commentary. So
yeah, I'll stop my recording.
So everyone wave goodbye. Say goodbye, Woolie. Say goodbye, Pat.
I'll stop my recording too.
Bye-bye.
So long, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Now it's Future Eli's time to shine. As you can see, this is going to be like, geez, like 3-5 hours? I don't even know, man. It's going to be quite a few hours of me drawing the rest of this thing. And maybe succeeding, maybe not. But sped up to the point that there's no possible way that I would even be able to offer any commentary on it whatsoever. Amazing, truly amazing. I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys, in case you were wondering about the rest of that night, I went ahead and saved the stream from Picarto. It's probably not going to be very good quality, but you can go ahead and click on the little doodad that's probably been on the screen here for a bit, and it'll take you to the rest of it. I'll put it at the very end, too. Just in case. There's not too long left in this video, anyways. Alright. But, to reiterate all the things that we said that entire night, we probably went over commentary on all the various problems that are going to be encountered during the design. I really don't need to go over it too much. But, I'll go ahead and explain quickly what I'm doing here. I had decided that I wanted to make it sort of painterly looking, because the original artwork is sort of like that. Original artwork is pretty strange, because they follow this brush stroke aesthetic thing, you know, with the like, you can see it in 4 and it's showing up in 5 again, where they're trying to make it look like calligraphy in a way, like actual brush ink. But the painting is obviously digital, to the point that, especially with its lack of saturation values, makes it look really strange whenever they're trying to imply that. But anyways, I was basically just trying to replicate that sort of, not too aggressively, but just kind of similar to that. And to that end, I decided to just color zone all the line work. In other words, I would draw it in a color, like skin would have its own layer and so on. If you followed in my videos, you know what that is. But if you just want to make sure that anything that is its own fabric or is its own texture or, you know, skin or hair or anything, is set to its own little layer. So you can adjust its color later on, because you're going to end up blending all of it together. And you don't want hard black lines sitting on top of a painting, right? So, rest of this is just me zoning out the colors, and then quickly messaging Woolie on Facebook and asking what exactly he preferred the colors to be. The only thing he really mentioned is that he figured it'd probably be a good idea to go with black as a main value, since it's present on her original design and in the, for the most part, then the modern design. In here, you might wonder why I'm going with this color, but I'm just zoning out. I only keep the hair from this. I tried to do it on one layer in one go. It doesn't work out the way that I want it to. So I just end up deleting most of this. But the idea is that you do all the work and then you just go back and use saturation to change things in and out. But something Pat said very early on whenever he first showed up is, if we're going to do something, just use the design, use the design down there that we were trying to replicate. And that ends up being true, because this final design, I don't make any major changes. This kind of ends up being exactly that. It just ends up being that original design, because that's what we loved. And I kind of just updated the colors and gave that little spider motif, and that was the end of it. And you watched all this, so you know that I gave up immediately. Well, not immediately, but, immediately after the thing ended, I gave up on the idea of changing that silhouette whatsoever. The way I kind of figure it is, like, if so many other Street Fighter characters are not that strong in the silhouette department, why does she have to be, right? Like, if you take, like, the main characters, I'm not going to compare exclusively to, like, Ken and Ryu or anything like that, but, a lot of them don't have overly amazing silhouettes or anything, so I figured, you know what, I'm just going to focus on color. And I think once we got the color in, then it's pretty obvious, that's Juri. And by the way, I know that it's her left eye. I drew it on the left, and I just started drawing it, then I thought, forget it, I don't care. Which I didn't care, so I just kept drawing it as her right eye, so if you're going to complain about that, I beat you to it. I beat you to it, and I didn't care then, and I didn't care now. The pants came out looking really nice, especially since it's already on that white canvas. I think I probably should have left the canvas white. Anyways, as far as the shading and everything goes, I'm not going to go too much into it, obviously, because it's going really fast. This is several hours of work. But basically, just kind of the similar thing that I had been doing in prior videos. Lay down a base binary layer to make sure that there's no opacity leaking through. That was briefly a picture of my great-great-grandfather, by the way. And after you do that, just take like a blending brush, whatever has something that bleeds out quite a bit, and just pull all that away into whatever areas that you need to be light. Kind of the same thing that I've gone over before. The point of this video, obviously, is not for a painting tutorial, but it is what it is. As far as the overall design goes, I think it turned out pretty well. I tried to elongate her face, by the way, to ensure that because Juri's face is kind of long. She's really strange in that department. There's a lot of weird little things about her that I noticed whenever I was drawing her that I'm not going to bother going into. But I think overall the design showed up pretty well. It's all right. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but considering all the nonsense that we had to go through to get to this point, I think it turned out pretty well. But there you have it. Again, if you want to see the rest of the podcast, I'll keep that as an unlisted video, if I can remember to upload it. And I guess that's it. I've already commented enough on the drawing as it is. And if you want to see more like painting stuff, if you want to know more about that, I'm sure I'll have plenty of more videos in the future. There's plenty that I've done before this. The way that I paint and everything keeps changing over time, so I'll just have to keep updating over time. I keep improving, and hopefully you guys keep improving too. If you want to join me for anything a bit more live, get commentary from me, straight from the horse's mouth, just go over to Picarto where we captured this in the first place. That'd be the easiest thing to do since I stream there pretty much almost every single day because I'm always drawing. Alright. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Holy shit. Good old Sally Bones. Good old Sally Bones. Alright, everyone. So long.